a great day to be alive on this Thursday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust, and happy to have him back. His name is Kyle Wallace, our Packer backer, our Packer owner. Refreshed from wherever he was. At least I hope. You feeling refreshed?
Feeling refreshed, feeling looking good.
Feeling looking good?
Feeling looking good. I do look good.
Feeling looking good.
You know, when you look in the mirror and say, damn, I feel good and look good. I feel look good.
Kyle, you said you want to do like a little bit of a slim down before going there, right? How'd you feel out there?
Do you feel good?
You know, it depends on who you compare yourself to, right?
Oh.
If you compare yourself to the big fella that get the big old gut, got it hanging out, then you feel great. If you compare yourself to the dude that I saw yesterday who was tatted up, and I said, damn, he's chiseled. You know, It is what it is. You know, I am who I am. If I had to place myself amongst the rest, I was average. I was right in the middle. I was good.
Is that a win?
Hey, it was a win. I saw some women eyeing me up, too. I said, y'all with her.
Oh,
Excuse
what
me?
did baby girl say to that?
Oh, baby girl felt good. She knows she got somebody who look good, little chocolate dropper. You could boom all you want. She knew I was looking good. We was looking sexy down in Mexico.
Oh, you were in Mexico.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was wondering if I was going to find out where the hell he was.
Mexico. Yeah, I'm glad to be back. I saw Brad sitting in my chair. I'm glad.
Yeah, you weren't here right away when Brad and I were sitting down. I was like, you got relegated again. The big guy comes back, and down you go to the seat where you are.
I got no operating space to work here. I feel like, Kyle's got the beautiful Gruber Law Offices behind him, ESPN Milwaukee. That is certainly second chair, and I'm in third chair. And I just feel a little bit relegated today, but I kept it warm for you, Kyle.
I'm glad you did. Glad you know where your
Alex
place
Strofe is running the show here at the Gruber Law Offices, One Call, That's All Studio. What is going on, Strofe, at 100.5 ESPN Madison, the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios?
What are you asking?
We were 50 seconds late again over there. If this Hunter Vaughn, because this would be strike two. Who we got? Oh. That's Hunter.
It would be a Jesse Nelson issue.
Oh, wow.
He hasn't been able to figure out how to get Carlin versus Joe to actually work properly.
You know what, Hunter? That's the only response I would have accepted. So you win. Jesse Nelson's fault. 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. You can see our beautiful faces on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. I tell you what, guys, I'm feeling pretty stupid. You know why?
There's a lot of reasons. But
Thanks, Brad.
How much time you got?
it was too easy.
I got bamboozled by Alex Strofe.
The hell did I do?
You came in here and you got me. You're like, there's a 0% chance that the Bears win on Sunday.
Yep, that's because there is a 0% chance.
Although I'm glad you are sticking to it. I'm looking at the spread for the game. Doesn't mean you have to know a lot about Vegas and betting, but let's just say the Packers opened up as 6.5-point favorites, which means if they won by 7, they would be covering the spread, as they say. I saw some information that came in that the big money bettors were betting the Chicago Bears at plus 6.5, and that has moved the line to the Packers plus 5.5. Now, why in God's green earth would that happen? It just got me thinking a little bit like, am I overvaluing my opinion right now? And Strofe, and we got Brad there. We've been talking about the dysfunction of the Chicago Bears. I feel like I'm scared to say that there's a 0% chance because that would be disrespectful to the NFL and disrespectful to any given Sunday and just to the rivalry. Even though the Bears suck and LaFleur's 10-0, I don't know. I didn't like that. I'm starting to just be like, hey, Ben, don't be so, I don't know. What's the right word here? Obtuse?
Ooh, good word. Very good word. Well, let me reaffirm my point before we throw it to Kyle, because I'm dying to know how he feels about the Packers versus Bears. Ben, since you made that proclamation, and you, Alex Strofe, made that proclamation, I was a little hesitant at first, but things have only become more chaotic, more crazy. I was listening to Sylvie on Wilde and Tausch this morning, Sylvie from ESPN 1000, our sister station down there in Chicago. His report, his tweet, that players went to Eberflus and Pace to get their offensive coordinator fired, and some vets wanted Caleb Williams benched, and he reiterated the truth or the sourcing, at least behind that tweet. So I'm thinking to myself, this has only got
because I saw Cole Kmet, one of their players, say absolutely no.
Well, of course,
no players went to get Caleb Williams off the starting job.
Of course, you're going to say
DJ
that.
Moore didn't do it.
To me, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So to me, I've only been more affirmed. I'll say this. I haven't been this excited for a Packer game since Brazil. I really haven't. The guys are coming back healthy. Jordan Love, you got a cast of characters coming back. I haven't been this excited or this confident since the season even began.
800-990-3776. How has your feelings about this game changed throughout the week, if anything? Because mine have changed a little bit. I still think they're going to win. I likely will still bet -5.5 for the Green Bay Packers, but I just want to make sure I'm not overthinking this one, or maybe I shouldn't be overthinking this one. I should stay in my lane, but we'll hear from our Packer backer fresh off vacation, who thinks he has the perfect pulse at all times on his green and gold.
Yeah, I mean, overall, first and foremost, when I saw the poll go up, are you nervous? Are you 0%? Is there a 0% chance the Bears can't win? I voted against it. Obviously, there's a chance the Chicago Bears could win, and that the Green Bay Packers overall, it ain't about the Bears. It's about us taking care of business. I feel confident. Can the Bears win? Of course they can win. But the question for me and the answer for me is, the Packers are going to take care of business. Why are the Packers going to take care of business? Because they need to. I'm excited that this rivalry week has some type of juice, right? I'm excited that the Chicago Bears have all that drama going on as they usually do, but it happens our week. In our week, that means the Packers are aware of what's happening, and they're going to stay more alert. They're not going to allow for this to be a game where they're thinking about what's coming up on the horizon. They're going to be focused on taking care of business. They could talk trash. I want them to talk trash with the Bears. That's because that means that they're locked in and focused on the task at hand. So I'm excited for the fact that there's stuff going on around here, because now this means that the Green Bay Packers understand what is at stake. Not just beating the Chicago Bears, but what we need to do for the rest of the season. So for me, when I look at this game, do I believe the Bears could win? Slightly, but I'm not. I'm not nervous. I'm not concerned. I'm actually extra confident in what our boys are going to be able to do on Sunday, because I know that they are focused on the task at hand, and that is trying to make sure that they are prepared not to make the playoffs, but to make a run to the Super Bowl, and it begins on Sunday.
800-990-3776. Brian and Madison, you're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman with a full show back together.
Ben's got me all fired up here, boys.
Good.
He's got to take his beads away with his all wishy-washy.
Take those beads away.
Wishy-washy.
Give me those beads. And Kyle, you sound kind of wishy-washy, too. I mean, you can keep your beads for now, but this is if we're winning games, this is a kill moment. We got to win this game.
It's a kill moment. I like it. And what I like most about what Kyle said is I actually am really enjoying the fact, and we'll get to this in a little bit here, that Xavier McKinney and the Packers are finding reasons to be motivated. I even saw Matt LaFleur at the podium talk about how they watched old Bears, Packers, just clips. And Matt LaFleur's like, I didn't even know half the guys in the videos, but hey, this means something, right? When you're 10-0, it's very easy to be like, yeah, we're 10-0 against this team. We're going to roll out the ball in basketball. We're just going to go out there and go through the motions, and we're going to get it done. It doesn't happen like that. You got to find ways to engage your team at all times.
Yeah, and this game, the way it's going, the way the spread's moving, it reminds me a little bit of Jacksonville. I'm not going to lie. And I was wondering verbally to our audience, man, is this a trap game? You got Jacksonville, and then you got Detroit after. Same thing now. You got the Bears, and you got San Francisco, the big game next week at Green Bay. Could this possibly be a trap game? We see the point spread moving down, and we're all scratching our head. This is different, though, because when you play Jacksonville, there's not that emotional charge that there is with the Chicago Bears. It doesn't matter how bad or how good the Bears are. It, by definition, cannot and will not be a trap game because so much goes into it. Not only is the biggest rivalry for the Green Bay Packers, the best rivalry in the NFL, there is no sense of trap game to me. If anything, like what our caller, Brian, I believe, just said, kill game, where you look at this and say, we can go ahead and end your season right now and we'll walk out the door with a smile.
See, that's what I was getting at, too. I want to break their absolute spirit. I want them to know that this team, this organization, this franchise, Last year in the last game of the season, the Chicago Bears versus the Packers. The Packers need to win to go into the playoffs, and the Bears are just playing simply for the fact that they wanted to beat the Packers. But when the Packers beat the Bears, we sent them spinning. We knew at that point Justin Fields was not going to be the quarterback of that football team anymore because of what the Packers did. The Packers have another opportunity to kill the season of the Chicago Bears by breaking their spirit and defeating them on Sunday. Because when they look ahead, they know they don't have a chance, they don't have a shot. You can end the Bears on Sunday, and you can also win a rivalry game. And that's why I believe the Packers are going to be amped up and ready to go on Sunday.
Well, I feel like they're itching to be ended in a way, right? Like they're itching for clarity, right? One of the worst things that like could happen for them, which would be also awesome from our standpoint, but not because it would be on the expense of the Packers, would be if they get hope. Then they're all, oh, we can do it again, but then they go down the road. If you come out and stomp the Bears
early,
like then the conversation goes, do we need to get rid of Eberflus now, right? A week after the offensive quarter, and then we're all laughing again. And I love the idea of the Packers being the ones to say, yeah, you guys are just a dumpster fire, and we're just adding more grease to this grease fire. Josh in Kenosha, 800-990-3776. Curious on this thought starter here that I see that Strofe wrote down. Just go to him.
Guys, thanks for taking the call. From the Bears fan perspective here, honestly, this is not a rivalry, and it has not been for a long time. When you lose like 40 out of 50, I automatically chalk up 2 losses on our schedule every year now.
Oh, wow.
I'd love to hear it.
When you say it that way, 40 out of 50.
I don't know if that's
accurate, but
why don't you go to AI for an answer?
It's actually probably pretty accurate because I can't recall the last time the Bears swept the Packers in the season. And if anything, they may have split, but the Packers have been purely dominant.
I see our research guru, Brad Nortman, and Alex Strofe at the KBN Sports Desk. Yeah, Strofe shoos Brad away after Brad gave bad statistics.
Brad, why don't you host the show?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Good call.
When you have the statistic, just hit the KBN Sports Desk.
It's since 2003. That's all.
Well, here's what I will say. The worst team I was ever a part of was 2016 Jaguars, right? My first year at the team. And we were 3-13, and we got a coach fired during the year. Might happen to the Chicago Bears. At some point, particularly at this point in the season, when you know you don't have a prayer, you know there's drama in the locker room, and our drama wasn't even close to how dramatic this is with the Bears. If a team gets up on you, particularly a good team, particularly early, man, it's just human nature. These guys are pros. I'm not saying anybody gave up, but you just start to say, here we go again.
Yeah.
Here we go again. And then it's harder to come back. The other team starts to roll on you. So if this Green Bay Packer team gets up 10-0 in the first quarter,
they have to
roll, baby. It's going to be a 30-point victory. But if it's stingy, if it's close at halftime, if the Bears sneak out a lead, anything can happen in this rivalry. That's why I'm thinking Packers come out early and fast.
Oh, backtracking Brad, too, over to the KBN Sports Desk with Alex Strofe.
In the last 50 games between the Bears and the Packers have won 37 of the 50.
Holy cow!
37-13. That's unbelievable.
That include playoffs?
Guys, that's ridiculous.
That's like college football type stuff, right? Like Wisconsin versus a non-conference type team. Like
that also includes 15 of the last 16.
Oh.
Yeah, it's been dominant.
You can't point to
and Benny No Backbone Brust is backtracking on a 0% proclamation from earlier in the week. Let's just acknowledge
the gap
that.
has never been wider for these two teams.
Well, our CPA is standing firm.
The
point spread.
Oh, the gamblers.
Why do we allow these point spreaders to the gamblers, the point spreaders, the people in
the
Vegas?
Sharks?
Yeah, the Sharks. Why do we allow
Sharps?
like
Shark doofuses.
It's not shark?
No, it's a sharp.
Oh, I thought. Wait a minute. I thought it was a shark.
No, it's a sharp.
I'll repeat what you said because it sounded good. I assume I thought I heard shark
it's not
too.
a shark?
No, it's a sharp better.
Oh, I didn't know.
I
that.
legitimately thought
A shark better?
Sharks too. I didn't know.
Just swirling the water, eating up us minnows.
I did too. I'm with you on this.
I learned something new today. Sharp,
news to
not
me.
shark.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across
Wilde.
ESPN, Wisconsin, all educated, we swear, all with degrees. You guys need to listen to the weekly wager more on Wednesdays from 6 to 7 to get that betting knowledge
we
up.
added 2 college degrees back to the show today, and we are just as dumb as we were yesterday.
I'm talking about in my defense and Brad's defense. We don't learn this stuff in college. I don't remember the subject on.
I learned.
This wasn't the school of hard knocks.
I learned this in Lithuania, 8,000 miles away, by myself with nothing better to do.
Did you call your strop? Is that how stop? How they talk in Lithuania?
What?
Shop.
Oh, sharp.
I was trying to.
That's almost like
What did y'all
German.
think I said?
We have no idea.
Yeah.
It didn't sound like a word.
I was trying to speak Lithuanian.
It sounded
Or
German.
accent. Maybe. It's all
All
same.
the words I know are swear words, so I don't think, even though it's in a different language, I don't think the FCC would approve of me swearing in Lithuanian.
Do you know any word in Lithuanian except for a swear word?
Guys, you guys know my "Are you smarter than Ben Brust" short-term memory? Not great.
Not even hello?
No.
What?
Wow. That's crazy.
That's why he didn't last over there. He was cussing
Yeah.
everybody out. Didn't know it. Doink and Shaw.
Are you just making up words again?
I don't know. I don't know what Lithuanian sounds like. I don't
What did you just
disrespect.
say?
I don't know.
Don't say it again, just
not
in case
doink-
it's a bad
he
word.
said Doinkenshaw.
What does that mean?
I had no idea.
It's not a word.
I'm telling you, it sounds like you're talking German.
That was for sure a German type thing. I don't. What am I supposed to say? I don't know. Switch a little? I don't know. It's German too. I don't know.
Brad Nortman played on a second contract. He's starting to get the feeling that maybe internally Jordan Love is thinking too much about this second contract. Kyle, I want your thoughts on Jay Love coming out of this bye. Healthy, full participant, practice reps. Obviously, the way that he played last year in the second half of the season is something everyone's itching to see in a string of games. We get to Jordan Love and your outlook on him in the second half of the season. Does he need to play to his contract these next 8 games? Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
I think it's clear.
Yeah, and if Doc replicates what Booty did last year, or all I'm saying
Come on, guys! His name is Coach Bud!
If he replicates
Coach Booty!
what Coach Bud
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Wallace. Right now at Universal Windows Direct, get 0% financing for 60 months, restrictions apply. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to uwd.com to schedule your free in-home estimate.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the ring. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Are you experiencing joint pain that is keeping you from living the life that you want to live? Especially right now as we're approaching the holiday season, you don't want to be slowed down by that joint pain, whether it be your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back. You got to be like me and go visit QC Kinetics. When I went to QC Kinetics, I had my back that was acting up, and I thought to myself, you know what? I need to go get this seen by a true medical professional, and QC Kinetics blew me away from the experience start to finish. Platelets, plasma, tissue regeneration, generation. Things that I had only heard in theory, but now can see with my own two eyes on how QC Kinetics can help people get their life back. From when you arrive, the entire process is personal, the diagnosis is comprehensive, and they meet you exactly where you're at in whatever pain you're feeling. QC Kinetics, don't hesitate and get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance. Like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Who's looking for a deal? Well, Cousin Subs has a better deal just for you. Cousin's new $10 meal deals are now available online only. Choose between a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub, a bag of chips or regular fry, a regular fountain beverage, and cookie at cousinsubs.com or on the mobile app for just $10. Now that's a better deal. Cousin Subs, we believe in better. Available at participating locations only. Offer subject to change without notice.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I wanna live this life instead.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman. Got to get used to saying all three names. It's been a while. Alex Strofe running the show, UKB Nation at 800-990-3776. I really enjoyed talking to Rob Domofsky on Wednesday, yesterday. Man, time is a blur. And hearing him talk a little bit about Jordan Love and his demeanor, right? I think externally he's done such a phenomenal job over the last year, and you could even say since he's been a Green Bay Packer, of carrying himself the right way. But part of me wonders, and especially from Brad's perspective, then Kyle's as well, do you think he's carrying any of the weight of the contract in this first half of the season? And is there an opportunity here for him to just play really well in one game and just get that off?
Well, you're right. He has been the consummate pro, and he says all the right things. He does all the right things. Not to compare him to Favre and Rodgers, but they were kind of their own men, right? They just were going to tell you how they felt, what they thought, what they were going through. Jordan Love is just like the consummate team leader. You can trust him in front of a microphone, but it's just human nature. When I signed my second contract, leaving the Panthers to go to the Jaguars, I felt a new level of pressure that I'd never felt before. I felt significantly more pressure after I signed the contract than before. Before, there's a bit of scrappiness. There's a bit of I want to prove you wrong. I want to go out there and show that I belong to be here. There's a bit of a grit, a bit of you feel like you're the underdog a little bit. When you signed that second contract, I felt a newfound amount of weight and pressure to perform to that contract. It was a team that was saying, you're worth all of this, so now go out there and do it. And you feel like there's extra expectations on you. And I'm not going to lie, that affected my game. And it took me a couple games to get going to where finally I ironically played at Soldier Field, played the Bears, had a great game, start to finish, one of the best of my career, and significantly contributed to a win. I think that's what Jordan Love needs. He needs that game to remind him who he is. I think he's carrying the weight of the contract, much more publicized than mine was, by a long shot.
I was going to say, it's not even in comparison. Sorry, that was mean.
No, it's true, though. I shouldn't have even spoke that. When it comes to Jordan Love, it was highly publicized. He even sat out a little bit during practice. Big contract, talk about for a long time. It's impossible to not have that in the back of your mind, feel like you need to press, you need to do more, you need to be more than what got you there. I think that's why he's throwing interceptions. I think it's why he's a little bit off. No better time than right now to just get back in rhythm. Be the quarterback you know you are and that you were before the contract. Let that pressure just fall away.
See, I've been real sweet on Jordan Love to start this season.
Yeah, you were the one who said, I'm taking Jordan Love slander.
I wasn't taking any slander for Jordan Love because I understand this was a process. But now it's time to go. It's go time. It's Jordan Love time right now. And, Brad, you can talk about the pressure there is, but a lot of guys deal with that pressure. There are a lot of guys that sign these multi-million-dollar, life-changing contracts and go on to find a lot of success. So for me, as a professional athlete, that is the expectations that you live up to playing up to that contract, right? And so overall for Jordan Love at this point in time, now's the time, right? This is the moment because we had the injuries to start the year, the injuries during the season. He was hobbled the last time we saw him, but now he got some time away. Matt LaFleur talked about him taking all the snaps with the ones. He's back to practicing, so there is no more excuses for Jordan Love. His body got time. His mind got time. His soul got time to recuperate, relax, and get rejuvenated for the second half. So at this moment in time, my expectation from here on out is to see the same Jordan Love we saw at the end of last year. The same Jordan Love threw 19 games last year. He had 10 games where he threw 2 touchdown passes or more and 0 interceptions. 6 games with 3 touchdowns or more or 0 interceptions. The guy that was top 3 in passing touchdowns last year in the NFL. The guy that was able to put his team in a position to not only make the playoffs, but pull off not the best upset, but a big upset in the playoffs to be the first number 7 seed to ever be the number 2 seed. That is what the Green Bay Packers were because of Jordan Love. And from this very moment on, I fully expect to see that Jordan Love. I'm not going to let the contract be an excuse anymore. We can't let injuries be an excuse anymore. He should be healthy. He should be ready to go. And it's time for him to live up to the contract that he got signed to in the moniker, the name, the label of the franchise quarterback of the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, see, that's interesting to me. I want to know if that's fair to Green Bay Packer fans. 800-990-3776. Strophy on Twitter at KBN ESPN. Kyle Wallace says he expects this second half of the season for Jordan Love to look like the second half of last year. Is that a fair expectation for Jordan Love?
I think it's a little too optimistic over a long stretch. He played at a level that wasn't seen for a long time, particularly in Green Bay until Rodgers' MVP-like years, but he was the best quarterback in the NFL, bar none, those last 10 games. If he plays close to that, I will be happy. Now, we can all agree what he's been doing, that's not good enough. He can't go ahead and replicate that in the final 8 games, and for us to be satisfied with Jordan Love's play. But I don't know. I mean, if he cuts the interceptions down in half and maybe ticks up the touchdown passes a little bit, I think that's something that you can work with. It's the interceptions that he's got to get rid of. Everything else is going pretty well. It's just those 5 decisions a game that are just bonehead critically bad.
And he has to get better at that. Like, there's no
That's
more.
It's a huge thing.
Nobody's saying he doesn't have to get better at that. We know he has to get better at that, but you're asking him to be like
MVP.
elite.
Like MVP of the second half of the NFL season?
That's what he basically did last year, and I'm asking him to live up to what we know he can be. Last year, we talked about who he was in company with. We're talking about one of 3 quarterbacks as a first-year starter to throw for 4,000 yards, I believe it was last year. And then also on top of that, one of the he had the 4th most touchdown passes by any first-year starting quarterback in NFL history, behind Pat Mahomes, Kurt Warner, and Dante Culpepper with 32 passing touchdowns. This is elite company that you're with. You were able to replace Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers and do something that they could not do in a first-year starter as a quarterback in the NFL for the Packers, make the playoffs. He has set what the expectation is. I didn't set this. I didn't say Jordan Love go out there and break these records. I didn't say Jordan Love go out there and play magnificent.
But you know how unfair it is to act? Like, you're basically asking him to be an MVP every year.
I'm asking him to play to his full potential. He gave us a glimpse of what he can be, and the expectation as a Packer fan, and it might be high expectations, but damn it, I'm a Packer fan, and all I saw was Brett Lorenzo Favre, and Aaron, I think it's Charles Rodgers. That was the only 2 I saw.
What's Jordan Love's middle name?
Jordan.
Alfred.
No, it ain't Alfred.
I was going to say, really?
Jordan Lamar.
Wow. What makes you think that?
Because I feel like I saw it. What is it?
Well, you didn't because his middle name is Alexander.
It's Alexander.
Joe, I should have known that. I did actually think that.
How about that?
Jordan
Alex Love.
Jordan Alexander Love.
I love him even more now.
No, I fully expect him to live up to not just our expectations.
Your name's not Alexander though, so you can't take that.
Yeah, but Brad just called him Jordan Alex Love, which is what I'm going to refer to him as from this point forward.
Well, Jordan Alexander Love, I just fully expect you to be exactly what you showed us you can be, and that's greatness.
Well, and the one thing I will agree with you on, Kyle, is Look, he signed a contract that puts him up amongst the best in the NFL. Now, I know it's just who's ever next up gets the biggest contract, and that's just how it works, which I'm okay with. But you accept that contract, the expectation is higher play. That's exactly what I felt like. When I signed mine, I think I was like the 6th highest punter, something like that. I felt like I needed to be a top 5 punter. That's expectations, that's pressure. Can he play with that expectations and pressure and actually be able to do that for several games in a row?
He better.
Man,
What
man.
Do you mean, man? What do you mean, man, oh, man? He has 2 options. He either is going to live up to the contract or be a bust. That's what it is.
Oh,
and I believe
wow.
That's so false.
That's pretty black and white.
What were you drinking down in Mexico?
Wait a minute. So
you come back a little loopy.
You're telling me if Jordan Love plays out this contract, the Packers don't win.
No, but we're talking about this second half of the season right now.
Yeah, the second half of the season where he's supposed to take off and elevate himself. Absolutely.
Right now. Year 2 is starter.
Yeah, and matter of fact, his general manager came on he didn't come on, but his general manager had a press conference after the trade of Preston Smith and said once you get to about the 26-game mark, that's when you need to start seeing improvements. We're past that now with Jordan Love. He's past the 26-game mark. So now this is where I think Jordan Love starts taking off. These are his expectations that he basically had me placed on him based off his performance, so I just want him to live up to it.
Poor Jordan Love. Never would I imagine that somehow taking a 2-5 team to the playoffs with the youngest roster in the NFL would have Kyle Wallace making him have to have a MVP-like second half of the season every year to live up to his contract.
I want him to become consistent so the years aren't up and down. I want him to be consistent, but we saw the first half.
You want it all.
The first half was good in some, bad in others. Now I need him to be good in all. He had his bad games. All his poop-putt games, those are out the window. We got rid of all those. You got rid of them early. So now I expect greatness from here on out. He's the one who signed the contract, and I'm the one who believes in it.
800-990-3776. Do you think it's fair that Kyle Wallace has the expectations for Jordan Love in the second half of the season to be exactly what it was? Replicated of what it was last year in the second half of the season. I think that is outrageous, but I want to know what you think. 800-990-ESPN. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. A fired up Kyle Wallace back from Mexico, where I don't know what they served him, but it is strong.
A lot of good stuff.
We will get to Alex Strofe, our producer. Becoming relevant is always good. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Ben's pretty good at impersonations.
Hey, he's pretty good.
I either crush him or suck at him.
He's pretty good at faking it.
Yeah, being a faker.
Yeah, that's
exactly what it is.
Well,
that's what acting is.
Why can't we come together?
Yeah, you were very creative in faking it. Good job.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer with the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
It's onto the semifinals for Catholic Memorial.
Fakes the handoff to Butler Brown. He's running straight up the middle. He's got some room. MJ Mitchell into the end zone for a Catholic Memorial touchdown. And the Crusaders have taken the lead.
On Friday night, the Crusaders take on 3-seed Wisconsin Lutheran. Crusaders football is presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, R&R Insurance, Home Sealed Exteriors, and D&M Accounting and Consulting Service. Tune into 620 WTMJ Friday night for Crusaders football. Kickoff happens at 6 o'clock.
This is Jeff Johnson.
And I'm Jason Johnson.
And together, we're part of Johnson & Sons Paving.
Get your parking lot ready now for spring and avoid paying for extra repairs later on.
We'll come out to your property and walk it with you.
Potholes, damaged asphalt, damaged concrete, standing water, you name it. We'll talk to you about your options and fix it.
Plan a budget, set up an overall schedule with Johnson & Sons Paving.
It's all about doing it right the first time. Call us today to schedule a walkthrough and free estimate.
JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
There's a good chance you're on a budget. We all are. But she wants a diamond. You know it, I know it. And Robert Hack Diamonds knows it too, because they offer a huge collection of lab-grown diamonds and they sell them at crazy prices. How about 2-carat total weight diamond studs for free when you mention ESPN and purchase at $2,000 of in-stock jewelry? You'll receive a free pair of 2-carat total weight diamond studs. Robert Hack Diamonds can get any size, shape, or clarity in natural or lab-grown diamonds. Don't buy until you call Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield or in Brookfield. Why overspend when you can save at Robert Hack Diamonds for the same diamond you're looking for? Spend at least $2,000 on in-stock jewelry and you get 2-carat diamond studs free, as long as you mention ESPN. Your visit will be worth it, and she'll think so too. Robert Hack also offers repair services and cash for your old gold. Robert Hack Diamonds, RobertHackDiamonds.com, RobertHackDiamonds.com. Visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield.
The holiday season officially begins at your local Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealerships with our exclusive Black Friday all-month-long sales event. Huge Black Friday all-month-long savings and discounts on America's best-selling brands from both Buick and GMC at nearby Cunis locations in Oak Creek and Greenfield. All remaining new 2024 vehicles are now Black Friday all-month-long blowout price. Cunis has the area's biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, with many Black Friday all-month-long priced below $5,000. And payments as low as $149 per month. Additionally, with any new or pre-owned purchase in November, you'll get our exclusive No Fear lifetime warranty at absolutely no extra charge. Plus, we're paying above top Kelley Blue Book values on all trades in November, no matter the mileage or condition. The holiday season officially begins with exclusive November Black Friday all-month-long savings. Only at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Cunis Auto Group dealerships. Shop online at CunisBlackFriday.com. Ho, ho, ho!
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Now she's burning all the love letters. He said they don't mean nothing now. They don't mean nothing now.
800-990-3776 is for you to have a voice. KBN Nation on the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. Ben Brust, Kyle Walsh, Brad Nortman, all together here with Strophy running the show. You know, let's head out to our friends to the north, Ricardo in Canada.
Oh, Canada!
How you feeling, Ricardo? Are you with Kyle? Do you think Jordan Love needs to play to his second half of last year coming up?
I think, of course, I'm with Kyle on this one. Jordan Love needs to step his game up, but I'll take it a step further. Everybody needs to step their game up. The receivers need to catch the ball. The runner and the offensive line needs to play a lot better. Listen, this is a big boy football now, okay? Jordan Love can't throw and catch the ball at the same time, all right? He needs the wide receivers to play to their potential. Watson needs to get his stuff in gear. He needs to outrun everybody and catch those deep balls. Dobbs, you're the contention guy. You need to catch those possession receivers. Wicks, I don't care how open you can get. Catch the bloody ball, all right? Everybody step up. This is big boy football. It's time.
Big boy football.
Was that the bloody bloody ball?
Oh, I didn't know he was an English. I thought he was Canadian.
Canadian English? The English Canadian, Ricardo in Canada.
Catch the bloody ball, bloat.
I mean, he ain't wrong. Doesn't matter how open you are, Dontavian. You got to catch it. He's got. I think Ricardo and Kyle are kindred spirits because I felt like that Kyle Wallace energy out of him, just like
I had a feeling when he called. I was like, oh yeah, I know Ricardo's on my side. He be standing on business.
Oh, is that what you do?
Oh yeah, stand on business.
You know who else stands on business? Alex
Lack
Strofe.
of a backbone Brust.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to
Barry Alvarez
become relevant. Strofe's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Who the hell gives
Yeah, really made him wave the white flag.
Oh, yeah. No context to how the interview went when he joined us.
Yeah, so what happened with that? Because baby girl told me that Barry Alvarez came on the station and cussed.
And that is correct.
Yep, our teammate Barry Alvarez, yep.
What happened was on the Great Dane Huddle, Mondays on 100.5 ESPN Madison, earlier in the day on Kyle Brust Nortman, this program, I talked about how I'm growing impatient with the Badger football program. He reacted to me being impatient and had this to say about me being impatient. Stroke,
I'm really impressed that he's impatient. What the hell's he been impatient about? Who the hell gives a whether Ben Brust is impatient? I can't believe it.
Oh, wow.
He's impatient.
That's
I've been
what.
waiting for him.
That's
I
what.
have one piece of advice for Ben. Let us worry about the football part of it. He concentrate on basketball.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they got after him,
Wait
Kyle.
a minute. Wait, what show was that on?
The Great Dane Huddle. Did you not just listen to me? And so we reached out to our teammate Barry Alvarez. We had him on the show. And I ain't gonna lie, boys. I was like, all right, Barry means business right now. And I was like, Coach, I don't know what this team's identity is. And this first answer was, I don't have the answer to that either. And he laughed. And I was like, whoa, I can take a step back here and we're talking football. And I wouldn't say that Barry's impatient, but I also feel like he's telling us that he also wants to see something in the field that he is also recognizing and feels, I don't know, proud of. I think that's fair to say based off our conversation, boys.
Someone who didn't listen at all, my takeaway was Barry Alvarez also doesn't know what the hell is going on with Wisconsin football.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the takeaway.
Not the program he built.
And he's the architect, right? He's the architect of it. And look, when Barry can't come up with a definitive answer of what the team's identity is, and I asked a follow-up question of if we need more time, how much time, and what should we be seeing? And it was another similar answer. Well, I don't know because I don't know what I'm seeing and just all the things, right? So I walked away a little bit more sad about the program than going into it.
Bro, I thought it was going to be a fun, he's got some belief. He's just what he had said was this, and this makes sense. He's got a statue, guys.
He's the godfather of Wisconsin.
He said, when I hear stuff like that, I am a protector of the program. But then when having a conversation about the questions that we asked, he was very honest, which I thought was awesome to hear what Barry had to say.
It was a great interview.
Somehow this is becoming relevant with Alex Strofe.
Well, I'm glad you guys got me caught up because I was like, what?
Yeah, you missed anything else you were curious about while we're at it?
Right, something with Big Cat too. I didn't.
Kidney stones are better than being a Bears fan. That's what you missed there. All right, let's start here. I've been seeing this lady celebrate her birthday for 10 days. How long is an acceptable length to celebrate your birthday?
10 days?
Yeah, 2 weekends, the entire week, posts every day. It's obnoxious.
When is her birthday?
It was on Tuesday.
So she started
but she's having a birthday party on Saturday, going out on Friday.
Is this somebody that we know?
No, I don't think you guys know her. I went to college with her.
You get 1 day. That's the day of. The only exception is if you're trying to have a party on the weekend before or after, you get that evening. That's it.
Good answer, Brett.
That's it. No more.
I want to go to LOB3. Go ahead.
What is that, LOB3?
Lack of backbone, Ben Brust. LOB3.
I'm not gonna stand for you acting as if you're Mr. Tough Guy right now and call me names and act like I'm gonna answer.
LOB3, go ahead. How long? Birthday.
And also, LOB3 is not a good nickname. When you have to ask for what it means, from Brad Nortman, you struggle.
Everybody knows that.
Exactly.
It's better written.
Yeah.
Seems
You can do better.
LOB cubed. The little 3.
Now we're trying to our Joshua.
That
I don't know why you're texting me.
say, Brad.
Yeah, it's on
Joshua
brand.
in the 262. I love the show. Can I apply to be an intern?
How old are you, Joshua?
What can you bring to the program,
He texted
Joshua?
in. He's not on the
Josh,
phone.
what makes you qualified?
No, you got to be in college.
What specifically can you bring to the program? That's what I want to know.
Wow. Brad, the internship coordinator.
Yeah, geez.
Interview questions.
You have to be in this office for longer than 12 to 5 to be able to be part of an interview process.
Wow.
When does he come in?
That
wow.
disqualifies me for sure.
Shots
Then.
fired.
He came in today at 9.
Did you guys ever conduct
Stressed.
interviews?
Have I?
I was part of
several times.
I conducted some interviews when I used to work in finance. Fascinating process.
It's fun.
It is fun.
It could become just very timely.
But if it's too many, I've been there.
Did you ever put the screws to somebody? Ask really challenging questions?
Yeah, well, only when they give me nothing. Then I'd be kind of a Richard.
See, then you know that they're not worth your time.
Joshua, please text back in with your resume
credentials for the show.
So birthday birthdays.
Yeah, birthdays.
Yeah, I mean, look, the end of the day of the birthday, I used to be a douchey birthday guy. Now I'm to the
were
point.
you?
Oh,
Still
huge
a douchey
douche.
birthday guy.
So
No,
how
you can just
long-
say huge douche, but not a huge douchey birthday guy.
What does that mean, though?
Yeah.
It means that, like,
difference?
it means that at one time while I was in Madison 6 years ago, we had a partner that was a movie theater, and I invited like friends, partners, fans of the show.
For your birthday?
On the day of my birthday, The Joker came out,
Oh,
and we had
wow.
like 40 people there, and it was just too much. I was doing the most.
Yeah, I mean, you know what, Ben? Though I'm judging you a lot with it because typically some baby girl might do, not you, but yeah,
It's the big 3-0 for my fiance next year.
she should go all out. She should.
No, she should. I
30
have
days
to.
straight.
No, you should celebrate because when it
Like
comes
an advent calendar.
Yeah, exactly. 30 days for 30th birthday.
Sure. When it comes to birthdays, do what you want to do to make yourself happy. That's where I'm at life. Like, I may disagree with 10 straight days of celebrating your birthday.
It's my birthday
but
in less than a month. Can we start now?
if that's
Hell
what
no.
wait. This isn't a we thing.
No,
This is a you
we.
thing.
We.
No.
Yeah,
Listen,
we.
I don't have to participate in that. I'll participate.
I want a
on
gift
your
every
birthday.
day until my birthday.
I'm not the one to talk to you. Talk to your girl, mama,
No, I'm
daddy.
talking to you.
No, I'm not doing that. I get to choose what I participate in. But if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. I'm all for whatever you personally want to do. I just don't have to subscribe to that. And I'm not.
National Pickle Day today. What's the best pickled item?
I don't like pickles or anything
Really?
pickle. Yeah, they're okay.
What about like pickled eggs?
I just love.
I love pickled
So
eggs.
Appleman in the Orchard
Pickled
has great kickles. They're called
Kickles.
They're pickles with a kick. So it's a
Oh,
little bit of
spicy?
a spice with the pickle. Love putting them
Appleman.
on a sandwich. Check out Jacobson Orchards in Waterford.
Kickles.
Pickles. Isn't that a great name too?
So I don't know what pickled. So it was like you mixed pickle with
So
something.
pickles are pickled cucumbers.
And pickled, you put it in vinegar, right? You put it
Yeah.
in vinegar and let it soak.
Well, I like pickles. So y'all just pickled this,
What about
pickled
pickled
that.
eggs? Pickled herring
I don't
on
know.
crackers?
No,
I just like pickles too.
I like the
You know
the
what?
thing that you get with the sandwich, and I like the pickles, not the green ones, the kind of light.
Not the
white ones.
sandwich, the sandwich.
The sandwich.
Sandwich,
Yeah.
yeah,
I like.
sandwich.
Did I say sandwich?
You said sandwich.
I
yeah.
can't help it.
Sandwich.
Hey, when you say something enough, that's how you say it. I like the pickles that usually come with the sandwich from little shops. Those are delicious. And sweet ones. Oh, the sweet ones are good.
I take back mine. Do you guys remember when I was with the Panthers?
Trading it out. I actually do like pickles.
I do remember when you were with the Panthers.
Remember
yes.
when I was? That was awesome, right?
I do recall.
Awesome.
And Graham Gano and I spearheaded getting a Biggs sunflower seed sponsorship. And we would
the
just
pickle
eat-
flavor.
Yeah, dill pickle. Best Big sunflower seeds.
Well,
We
that's not a
crushed dill
pickled
pickle.
item, but okay.
But dill pickle flavor.
See, I
think
don't
that
like
qualifies.
Just give 'em a
pickle
pass.
flavor.
Whatever,
though.
dude. Last thing for you fellas. Thursday Night Football is Commanders Eagles. Fun game. Who do you got?
It's a really good game.
It's a great game. I'm going to go with the Eagles who've won 5 straight. They are dangerous right now. Saquon is absolutely ridiculous. He's got like 900 plus yards halfway through the season. A.J. Brown back. Jalen Hurts playing good football. I think it's a good moment for Jaden Daniels to come back to earth.
He's been healthy.
That's great.
As in Saquon Barkley, that's good. And overall, I think the Washington Commanders finally continue to come back down. They competed last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they weren't able to win. They'll compete this week against the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to come back down to who they actually are, but they do have a bright future with a great quarterback.
Yeah, Philadelphia's hot. Night game in Philly. Tough place to play. I like Philly.
They have not been good at home. They have not been good at home.
Really?
That's the only thing that I would add. But you know what we have been good at with Kyle leading us is over-under. So this is time for the royal family to try and call in and be caller 6, caller 9, or you to win a $50 gift card because somebody's walking away with a $50 gift card. 800-990-3776. Here's how the game works. If you're caller 6, Alex Strofe has a category and an over-under. Brad, Kyle, myself, we team up. We get 10 guesses to get as many right answers as possible in 3 minutes. Now, if we hit the over, whoever's on the over, obviously you'll win the gift card. If we don't hit the over, whoever's in the under will win. But caller 6, you have that choice based off the category and the over-under. 800-990-3776. You, Kyle Wallace, are the director of this final answer because we are undefeated when you are choosing.
Strofe and I think we destroyed it last week too, didn't we, Strofe? Yeah.
See if we destroy it again. Over-under on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman coming up next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You should be happy Pac-Man Jones had this on his headphones, or he definitely would have pulled it up on you.
I think Pac-Man's lucky I didn't have this on my headphones.
Oh, you right.
I would have been.
Right.
I'm really feeling swaggy and confident.
You say, yeah, you're in my space. What you gonna do?
Because even just hearing the song, like, for those who on the YouTube, they can see I'm bobbing my head right now. Like, this is like, okay.
Go ahead, say ski.
Ski.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be.
Kringle
I think his legs.
Yeah. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry. Are you guys being serious? You guys can't put two and two
I got it. I did not get it.
They
don't call themselves
Racine Danish turnover. I'm sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you two, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. I've spent a while telling you about Mentality because it works. Not just for me, though. Take it from fellow Mentality user Jason. He's got a new lease on life thanks to Mentality.
The process was easy. It really, truly was. And the individuals that work at Mentality, very helpful, very respectful. It was an easy out. You go in a week after, they give you the results right away. And once you find that you're able to do it, just that thought, the energy already picked up a little bit. Most of it could have been mentally wise, but knowing that, hey, I get to start this, it was incredible.
Learn more today at LowTUSA.com.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code YEAR to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code YEAR for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust. Get your Golden Eagles essentials by opening Marquette checking from Wintrust today.
Number 15 Marquette improved to 3-0 following a sloppy 70-62 win over Central Michigan at Fiserv Forum. Senior guard Stevie Mitchell finished with 17 points to lead 4 MU players in double figures. However, the team shot just 36% overall for the game. The Golden Eagles rode their defense, finishing with 65 deflections, 19 steals, and 24 forced turnovers. Head coach Shaka Smart said his team's identity is always going to be in the defensive end.
Never going to be a team that I coach that doesn't hang their hat on defense. And that's why you feel good about 8 kills, feel good about 65 deflections, you feel good about holding them to 24% from the three-point line.
Marquette hits the road for the first time this season Friday night when they visit the Maryland Terrapins.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, and the official bank of Marquette University.
Cousins Subs is spicing things up this fall with a new sub and a delicious shake. The Chipotle Cheesesteak Sub with either grilled-to-order chicken or steak features pepper jack cheese, sautéed green peppers and onions, jalapenos, and Chipotle ranch dressing. And that's not all. Pair your Chipotle Cheesesteak with a new pumpkin pie shake and your taste buds will fall in love. Order in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
For a little over-under, one of our favorite games where someone's walking away with a $50 gift card. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Full crew. Let's get to it, Strophy.
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Oh, man. We did it again, boys.
The royal family?
Caller 6, Sherry and Franklin of the royal family.
Dang.
How do they do it every week?
Not there 10 of them?
There might be at this point. It's unbelievable. Every single week.
I'm changing the caller numbers to 16 and 19.
I bet they'll still win. Sherry and Franklin, caller 6 believes in you guys. She is on the over. Caller 9, Chad in Milwaukee, is on the under, but not by choice. Today's category, fellas. Following Giannis Antetokounmpo's 59-point game last night, I am looking for the top 10 scorers per game this season in the NBA. So average through this season, top 10 scorers in the NBA this season. Your time starts. Over-under. Sorry. Relax. Everybody take a deep breath. Over-under is set at 7.5.
That's high.
You'll be okay. Time starts in 3, 2, 1.
Giannis leads the league.
Yeah.
So do Giannis.
Yeah, unfortunately, because he got to score.
Go.
Oh, final answer.
Yeah, Giannis is number 1, 33.3 points per game.
How about Anthony Edwards?
I know that Shea is going to be on there.
Okay. Look,
Shea.
Shea, final answer.
Yep, SGA is number 7, 27.9 points per game.
Wemby just went for 50. Cat's been balling this year, too.
Started slow.
Who, Cat? Cat had like 30, I thought, his first game.
No.
Well, we know we need like
We just had
26
46
or 27 a game.
I'm fine with it.
I don't like the Cat is on the television right now.
Well, I just know that Cat. I just know Cat.
Say it.
Cat, final answer.
Yeah, he's number 10, 26.5 points per game.
I told you he started slow.
Okay, 26.5. That's our floor.
And then I haven't been following NBA like that this year, so I have no idea.
Ant. Should we go from Cat to Ant?
I mean, somebody has to lead that team in scoring, right?
Ant.
Anthony Edwards, final answer.
Yeah, he's number 8,
2
27.8 points per game. You've got 4 of them.
Who else is cooking?
Is Chef still cooking?
Steph's probably cooking. So, I mean,
I saw what he did the other day. It's awesome against the Mavericks.
Steph Curry, final answer.
Sure, final.
Dang, how many go average? Like 24?
All right. Let's hit
let's hit
Luka. Let's hit Jokic. I think Kyrie's been balling.
I'm good with any of those.
You're the captain of the
I
time.
don't know. I don't know what LeBron's been doing. I feel like Luka should be. I feel like Luka should be top 10. He's always top 10. Final answer, Luka.
Luka Doncic, number 6, 28.5.
Man, these guys are scoring a lot of
points. You got 5. You need at least 3 more.
It's like Jason Tatum doing anything?
Yeah, Jason Tatum.
No. They've been spreading it around.
What about Jimmy Butler?
I think Jaylen Brown has a better chance actually than Jason Tatum.
What about Brunson for the Knicks?
They both can't beat.
No, it's not. No.
Well, Jokic.
What is
Jokic? Do Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic. Final
1 minute.
Number 5, 29.7 points per game. If you got 6 right, 1 wrong, you have 3 guesses. Need 2 of them.
So you're saying Wemby isn't on the list. I literally have no clue. Who's out? Portland probably doesn't have somebody scoring from.
I think AD is doing well in LA.
AD.
I don't hate AD.
Anthony Davis. Final answer.
Yeah, he's number 2.
Good job, Bradley.
2 guesses left. You need 1 of them.
And LeBron's not on this list, I feel like.
I don't hate Kyrie. I think Ja's been balling again in Memphis.
I didn't watch the game they played against the Bucks because by the time I got home and
Ja,
watching it was
Kyrie. I'm just trying to think teams here.
Running out of time.
No, nobody from the
Pistons
Pistons
left.
Anybody from
those 2 because we'll have another guess. Good. That's it.
No, it's not.
All right, do
10.
Kyrie and Ja.
9.
Well, you have 1 guess.
Wait, Kyrie or who?
7.
We had 2.
Or Ja?
We have 1.
You just got 1 wrong.
5.
Kyrie or
4,
Ja?
Kyrie final
3, 2,
Ja.
1.
Who was it?
You're going to kick yourself.
Who?
You missed 3 names on the list. You got 7 right.
Is Damian Lillard on the list?
No, he is not.
Okay, I don't.
Let's just run through the list.
How is Donovan Mitchell not on that list?
Too balanced. Cleveland's too balanced.
Oh.
They have Darius Garland scoring a bunch too.
Like 19.
All right, kick ourselves.
Giannis, number 1. Anthony Davis, number 2. Tied for 2nd. You missed this one. Jason Tatum, Boston Celtics.
Oh.
Ben just dismissed that right off the rip.
Just right off the bat. I felt bad saying it.
Hey, I'm not the final answer guy. You could overrule me.
That is despicable.
Ben, we're depending on you.
You also missed number 4.
Who is that?
I didn't think you were going to get this one. It's LaMelo Ball in Charlotte.
Oh, really? Yeah, he's been cooking.
29.9 points per game.
Wow.
Just a tick under.
I recently heard he was cooking.
LaMelo Ball.
He's like giving away every point score. He's giving away money somewhere. He's doing a great job with charity. Shout out to him.
Love that.
Great. Number 9.
I saw it somewhere on social media.
Yeah, 5, Nikola Jokic. 6, Luka Doncic. 7, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. 8, Anthony Edwards. You got all those. Number 9. You guys ever heard of a guy by the name of Kevin Durant by chance?
Oh, KD.
I thought you might have been taking some nights off and whatnot. But
and Booker's on the team, too.
Yeah.
Balance.
Who's number 10?
We got it. We got Cat.
Oh, dang.
Don't
you all look at me?
Those are tough. Jason.
All right, so can I tell you why I didn't want Tatum?
Balance scoring.
No, can I tell you why, though?
Stinks.
On the bottom line of ESPN in their last game, I think on Wednesday I was at the weekly wager at Pato. We always have ESPN on. And they won, and it was Derek White with 31 and Jaylen Brown with 30. So I'm thinking to myself, oh, no. It might not be Tatum.
Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Brad, we had it.
We had it.
We had it.
No, we didn't. We're a team.
No, this is the last time we lost. This is the exact scenario that happened.
You're the captain. Take ownership.
Okay, I'll take ownership. Next time I don't.
Tell us about Carbless quickly before we get to Jason Wilde in 2 minutes.
Oh, I'd love to tell you about Carbless. I'm always telling people about Carbless, especially this time of year, right? You got family get-togethers. I know we've already planned out fully our Thanksgiving and Christmas. I don't got time to make these drinks when people come over. I need Carbless to make them for me already. It's a ready-to-drink cocktail that is just so good. It knocks every flavor out of the park, whether it be the fruit flavors like black raspberry, lemon lime, or pineapple. Cranberry especially good in the fall. Or all the different tequila cocktails with margarita, strawberry margarita. How about Paloma? There are so many different options that you can get when you're walking down the grocery aisle. I know I'm going to be going there this evening. Grocery store night, Thursday night for the Nortmans. I'm going past the aisle. I'm picking me up a Carbless. You do the same. That's because it's a guilt-free experience. It is Nortman approved when it comes to carb-free, sugar-free, gluten-free. That means guilt-free. Enjoy a Carbless tonight on this Thirsty Thursday and discover why less is more with Carbless.
In 2 minutes, Jason Wilde joins us. It's going to be good, really good in 2 minutes.
That to-do list you have needs one more thing. Chill. It's an easy thing to do. Just crack open an ice-cold Coors Light and chill. Take the afternoon off and binge watch anything. Go to happy hour and stay for a couple hours. Who's counting anyways? Or hang out with just your dog, because you've had enough human interaction this week. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Mountain cold refreshment made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
What can you do in about an hour? You could take a nap, do some cleaning, have lunch with a friend, watch your favorite show, take a yoga class, go to the gym, or buy a car. At Ewald Automotive, you'll be in and out in about an hour. Go to ewaldauto.com. Select the vehicle you're interested in and get your instant price. Get a firm trade-in offer. Customize your payment option and even add your own protection plans. Then head to the dealership and you'll be in and out in about an hour. Go to ewaldauto.com.
Are you experiencing joint pain that is keeping you from living the life that you want to live? Especially right now as we're approaching the holiday season, you don't want to be slowed down by that joint pain, whether it be your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back. You got to be like me and go visit QC Kinetics. When I went to QC Kinetics, I had my back that was acting up, and I thought to myself, you know what? I need to go get this seen by a true medical professional, and QC Kinetics blew me away from the experience start to finish. Platelets, plasma, tissue regeneration, things that I had only heard in theory, but now can see with my own 2 eyes on how QC Kinetics can help people get their life back. From when you arrive, the entire process is personal, the diagnosis is comprehensive, and they meet you exactly where you're at in whatever pain you're feeling. QC Kinetics, don't hesitate and get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. The Wolf of Wall Street was on the other day when I was flipping through channel. Great family film.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year.
I'm a naturally inquisitive person.
Holding everybody accountable.
If you feel better about that, I'm happy to do so.
Jason Wilde is on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I mean, that's up there for one of my favorite opens. Jason Wilde joining us here. Special edition, top of the hour with Jason. Jason, how are you?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Doing well. It's the full crew. You got Kyle, Ben, and Brad today. And as we head towards the Green Bay Packers and Chicago Bears game, Kyle has made a declarative statement, I guess, and I want your take on it because I think it's unfair. He expects Jordan Love in the second half of the season to be close, if not the same, like almost a replica performance of what he did statistically last year. I don't think that's fair. Is that what you said?
No, that was the best you've ever done of actually being accurate with me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you would demand that, Kyle. Like, that run was so good that if you compare it to what Rodgers did to close out the 16 season, the 6-game winning streak in the last 6 games of the regular season, plus the 2 playoff games that they won to reach the NFC Championship game and then get blown out by Atlanta, with Matt LaFleur on the coaching staff, by the way, of the Falcons as the quarterback's coach. I think statistically, Jordan's 8-game run is better than Rodgers' 8-game run at the end of the 16 season. And we're talking about a Pro Football Hall of Famer who never had a better stretch of 8 games in his career. And the stretch of 8 games that Jordan had was statistically even better than the best stretch that Aaron Rodgers ever had. And you're expecting him to replicate that or even improve upon it?
What my expectation is he showed us exactly what he can be, right? If he can't, he doesn't have to mimic it, play for play, touchdown for touchdown, but that is the level of play that I expect him to play at more consistently. So overall for me, I know how good the kid can be, and in the first half, he did not live up to what we expected him to be. We didn't expect him to have all these turnovers. We didn't expect him to have these poor decisions that he has made. We expected him to be more of the second half quarterback than what he was the first half quarterback. And this new
Can
guy,
you put a "you" in there? Okay. I don't like the whole "we"
Well,
thing.
I get in my sense is if we're not expecting him to be as similar as close to what we saw in the second half, then what do you guys expect? Are you just expecting him just to be an average quarterback? I'm expecting him to be a quality, high quality franchise type quarterback.
Well, right, but that doesn't mean you're going to throw 18 touchdowns against 1 pick.
Fine, give me 15 against 3.
Okay, but then he's not replicating.
Yes, but he's in. I want him to be in that same type of hemisphere of his play, right? He may not be able to do exactly the same, but I want him to elevate his play to a level that we all see the greatness.
You're becoming more fair. You weren't fair at all earlier.
I'm replicating. I want him to be similar to what he was last year, and right now he's not.
The word replicate is in the brain a little bit wrong here for you.
Replicate means to do the exact same. I want him to be close to that.
So you're taking back replicate.
No, I'll stick with it.
How about be a version? Be a version
Jason,
of what
I don't know what to do.
Be a version of what he was last year. But what I expect is me to have, oh, wow, look at what he's done. Oh, wow, he went on this run where he just threw 12 touchdown passes to 1 interception, and the Green Bay Packers are rolling right now. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see the poor decision-making Jordan Love in his second half. He needs to move past that in order for this team to truly reach where they want to go.
So in 2016, Rodgers, in the final 6 regular season games, completed 71% of his passes, 1,667 yards, 15 touchdowns, no picks. That's what he did after a 121 passer rating. That's what he did after the run the table comment. And then in the playoffs, he had the Giants game where he threw 4 touchdowns, no picks. And then they had the Dallas game where he throws the pass to Jared Cook to set up the game-winning field goal. So he threw 2 touchdowns, and he did throw a pick in that game. So we are talking about 21 touchdowns, 1 pick over those 8 games. And I think his pass rating would have been slightly better than Jordan's, and his completion percentage might have been a little bit lower. But I guess my point is that it's okay to expect Jordan Love to play at an elite level because you saw him do it over those 8 games. There's no denying that. But it's really hard. And what he did last year, the reason why it was so remarkable is because even guys who are more accomplished, more experienced, more decorated, didn't put that kind of a stretch together. I mean, there was nobody in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes included, who was playing better football at the quarterback position than he was last year during the last 8 games. And then he carried it into the playoff game, right? I mean, he was fantastic against the Cowboys and frankly, for at least a half, against the 49ers as well. So certainly you can hope that he can somehow approximate as opposed to replicates that performance. But, there's a lot of really great quarterbacks who can't put together a stretch quite that extended. And we're talking about 8 games that they have left to play in the regular season. Do I think he's going to play better than he did in the first half? Yes. Do I think he's going to throw 4 picks over the final 8 games? That would be acceptable to me, which is certainly more than throwing 1 over the last 8 games like he did last year. So I understand what you're asking for, but I think you are, to be fair to both Jordan and to Ben, who I never thought I'd put in the same sentence, I think you're probably being a little bit over the top demanding.
Jason Wilde joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
Jason, there's a player on the Packers who's a little bit of a man of mystery to me. Marshawn Lloyd. Okay, so he came out I was excited when the Packers drafted him and obviously had the injury, but now he's back practicing. Well, can you tell us about what his role in the offense is going to be going forward and just kind of what kind of back he is, because we haven't seen much of him at all.
Yeah, he's the way Jordan Love described him, a little rocket in the backfield.
Ooh.
He's 5'8", but kind of he's definitely like built. He's not like a slight 5'8" guy in the backfield. He's got great explosiveness, great quickness, but who the heck knows what he's going to look like, Brad? Because he's literally played in 1 regular season game. I think he played in 1 preseason game in Denver and left that game with an injury. He started camp on the non-football injury list. He's been on injured reserve since week 2. We're now in week 11. It's great that they're getting him back. And he does have a skill set that is different than what Josh Jacobs has, different than what Emmanuel Wilson has, different than what Chris Brooks has. But the bottom line is that I don't know how much he's going to contribute. It does sound like he will get the open roster spot that was vacated by Preston Smith being traded to the Steelers. But your guess is as good as mine, buddy, on whether or not he's going to be able to have any sort of meaningful impact. The reality is the kind of draft or the last couple drafts that Goody has had, he probably will have an impact because he hasn't missed on many people. But I just don't have a whole lot of evidence other than kind of hopeful projection to be able to say what he's going to do when the games count against number 1 defensive players as opposed to backups like he played in Denver.
Well, Jason, we appreciate the time. We know you got to get to Mr. Rich Bisaccia, so we will be listening to you on Wilde and Tausch 9 to noon across these various stations, and make sure you tune in to the Green Bay Game Day pregame show, especially the second hour with Strofe and Jason.
All right, guys. Yeah, I don't want to make myself a spectacle with Rich Bisaccia getting irritated with me. I like to do that with my questions as opposed to being late. So,
go
all
get
right,
him,
boys.
Tiger.
Take care. Be good.
That's Jason Wilde. Listen to him 9 to noon across these very stations.
I just tell him to go get him, Tiger.
I like Jason.
Yeah, that was an interesting
Go
farewell.
get him,
Go get
Tiger.
him, Well, because it seemed like he was talking about how Rich Bisaccia probably gets annoyed with Jason because of his questioning. So he said, well, let me not make him annoyed by me being late.
You know what I'm never annoyed by? Gina Della and the offer she provides us here, and all of you in KBN Nation at 855-PELA-WI or PELAWI.com. Joe Franco, Gina, the whole team came over to my house, and we are all locked in with the 0 per 60, took advantage of that, and you can take advantage of their current offer right now.
Yeah, I mean, in this economy, they are offering no interest, no payments for 12 months. I mean, what a start to the relationship with Pella Windows and Doors in your new home. You get to enjoy those Pella windows, those beautiful doors. That's going to increase the value of your home, decrease the energy costs, all for no interest and no payments for 12 months. This is an opportunity you're going to want to jump on, particularly before that cold winter weather comes. When you call Gina Della from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, tell them KBN sent you. They love us over there. And be sure to act quick, because this will end by the end of the month. So take advantage of this deal now with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
KB la la la.
I love when you got a defensive back that means business. And Kyle, you said earlier, you like guys that what?
I don't know.
Stand on business.
Stand on business.
That's what Xavier McKinney does, and we'll hear from him next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own.
That's what she said. Thanks so much, Olte.
She pumps and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, move
That's
on.
what she said.
Come on, Kyle. Keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
Well,
he's still fixated on Lola Bunny.
No, I don't think she says that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we got a little bit of action right now. We do have an accident on westbound Capitol Drive at 124th Street, right at the county line there. The right lane is blocked on westbound Capitol, so heads up with that. Onto the freeway, we're seeing delays westbound 94 from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Rest of the system not looking too bad. A little heavy on southbound 43 heading into Capitol Drive. A little bit on 41 southbound from Hampton down past Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Land Rover Waukesha. Get 3.9 special APR financing for up to 48 months on a new 2024 Range Rover Sport at Land Rover Waukesha. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 43. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy, a high of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loziga on 94.5 ESPN.
After every single green and gold game,
you can say it doesn't matter, but that's not being fair.
there's only one place to go for instant reaction.
Once, since they won the Super Bowl in 2010, one season, have they done better than 10th in points given up.
And to give yours on the Boda Box Wine Line. Tune into Green Bay Game Night with Homer after every green and gold game. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Get ready for the moment we've all been waiting for. It's the 300K season finale giveaway at Potawatomi. Friday, December 20th, watch your entries from Bird Bash, Cash Clash, and Winter's Dash. All pile into one massive drawing for a chance at up to 50 grand cash. Be there to win your share. December 20th, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Learn more at paysbig.com/finale. Must be 21 years old to play.
Keep the elements out of your home with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
We had howling wind coming through. The rooms were freezing. We were very apprehensive about changing them because we were worried about losing the charm of the home. We went with Pella because we knew that they had an amazing reputation. We knew that they were going to have the windows that would look like they've been there forever, but with all the functionality that a window should have.
Order from Pella today and get no interest and no payments for 12 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 11/30/2024.
Confidence and strength begin with how you feel. At Quintessa Aesthetic Center, it is not about just looking good. It's about results that last and empower you. With 5 convenient locations in Delafield, Mequon, Brookfield, Middleton, and Sheboygan, their team of world-class plastic surgeons, skilled clinicians, and expert estheticians are here to help you take control. Whether it's advanced skincare, anti-aging treatments, body contouring, or muscle strengthening, Quintessa has everything you need to sharpen your image and boost your confidence. Take the first step towards a stronger, more confident you. Visit myquintessa.com today.
Have you seen them yet?
Seen what?
4 different ways to say I love you.
I'd love to see those. Show me the list. What list? The list of 4 different ways to say I love you.
Let's start over.
Where are you going, Monica?
I'm going to get the 4 different ways to say I love you.
Sarah, imagine a box of assorted chocolates.
Okay.
When you open the lid, what do you see?
I see a guy sitting on a park bench saying, life is like a box of chocolates.
But what are the shapes of the chocolates?
There are 4 different shapes.
Here they are.
Those are gorgeous.
4 diamond pendants covered in diamonds.
Almost like they were dipped in diamonds.
And each diamond was created inside a miniature star.
But you'd have to be rich to afford one of these.
Choose the diamond pendant you like best. $148.
I love Kessler's.
Everyone loves Kessler's.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I love when you got dogs on your team, and I think Xavier McKinney is living up to his contract. I know we have had a conversation here that Kyle wants him to be close to the second half of the season in reference to Jordan Love of last year.
I didn't want to tell Jason this, but Jason's expectations are too low. I didn't want to say that to Jason.
So you say it behind his back?
No, I want to say it. He's going to listen. He's going to find out. I just do. I didn't want to keep going and going with Jason. He had a tight time.
No. I want you to go and go and go.
No, I feel like the expectations are too low. I don't understand why.
So you think expectations are too low for Jason Wilde because he's giving you the comp of Aaron Rodgers in an 8-game stretch of 2016, basically having 21 touchdowns and 1 interception.
Yeah.
And you basically are trying to say you need Jordan Love to do that this year.
No, I just feel like if somebody shows you what their potential is,
you can't do it every year, Kyle. You're crazy.
So far this year, is Jordan Love living up to what you thought he was going to be through the first?
No, but that doesn't mean he has to throw 21 touchdowns and 1 interception to make up for the first half of the year. They're 6-3.
What I need for him to do, though, I do need to see more consistency in him playing at the level similar to what he did last year. And I just feel like when we lower the expectation and the standard for Jordan Love, we're basically saying, hey, we know your ceiling is here, but we want you to play a couple. We just need you to be, we know you can be at a 10, but if you get to a 7.5, we're satisfied. No, hell no. No, if you could be a 10, I want you to be a damn 10. If you could be compared to Patrick Mahomes, though you ain't going to be Pat because Pat is special, I want you to play in that same hemisphere. I want people to say, man, how do the Packers continue to get these guys that are Hall of Fame type quarterbacks? If you have
Hall of Fame, you want that.
But if of course. He's shown that he has the potential. It is on him and Matt LaFleur to make sure we are maximizing.
So Aaron Rodgers showed that he had the potential in 2016, and then after that, because
he showed he had the potential way before that. The first year he started in the NFL, we all said, okay, this football team might be, I think it was 6-10, but we're close. Our defense gave up a lot of those games.
So if Love only plays, let's just call it slightly better than what he's playing now, right? Fully healthy the rest of the season, only slightly better, but not a version of what he was last year. You concerned?
Slightly better would not be what I thought he would be. I'm expecting for dude to come out of this season. Now, expectation was he'd be the clear-cut top.
How did he go from I'm not taking any Jordan Love slander to being if he's not perfect, you're going to be upset with him?
This isn't slander. This is just me saying what I expect of him.
And your expectations will lead to slander.
Stroke,
what do you think? I mean, I just want to make sure I'm not crazy here. I feel like he's setting himself up for disappointment.
Yeah, I don't know how you repeat what you did a year ago. It was that damn good.
It was so good. It was amazing.
Can he be more efficient with the football now that he's fully healthy? I think yes. So I don't think Kyle's insane for saying this at all.
I like that. Thank you. I'm not going to an asylum.
What are we supposed to do with that?
obviously you might think I'm insane. You didn't say, no, I didn't think that.
Well, I mean, I do,
Exactly.
I do think that.
You gonna put me in a little straitjacket, had me at county.
Is it primary? Wow. I wish I could see that on YouTube. The visual of that too.
On YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison. I regret bringing Strofe into the conversation.
Is it primarily the interceptions then? Because he's doing almost everything else.
Like if you take away the interceptions, like 15 solid.
Yeah, it's solid, right? 15 over 7.
Yeah, 15. The touchdowns isn't the issue. It is the poor decision making, the amount of turnovers. What, he has 2 pick sixes?
He does.
I mean, that's not good. That's not good. That's
Rob
bad.
Domofsky also had mentioned that the majority of his interceptions happen on 1st and 2nd down, which is not good. Not good, Kyle.
Yeah, we don't like doing that, man. So I'm just saying, I definitely expect for him to be more second half. But you know what, fellas? You know what I love about this is that all this is recorded, and we're going to get to January, we're going to get to December, and we're all going to be talking about, damn, Jordan Love, he did it again. The Green Bay Packers did it again. They looking hot going into the playoffs.
So you're one of those. You just say things because you want to be right at the end.
No, it's not want to be right. I just have the vision of what I know he can be.
All right, Sean and Beaver Dam, you want to weigh in because Kyle is setting unrealistic expectations in my mind. I want to know what you think.
Obviously, he's underperformed from what he did in the second half of last year. But last year, he was at the highest level. Obviously, you said better than Patrick Mahomes even. I don't want to say the sophomore, slump, but kind of it is. He really didn't start until last year. And then, that kind of has been a trend. And Kyle, I want to let you know these guys boycotted me and banned me on Monday.
Wait, you got
because
banned?
I didn't agree with them. I was banned because I didn't agree. The Packers
the 0% chance for the Bears to win.
We did bad.
Oh, wait, for saying
that means we should ban Ben Brust because he's backing up.
Oh, yeah. All right, ban me. All right. Ban! Oh, good job, guys. All in unison. Really good.
They're both banned too. It's just me. I'm on an island over
Wait a minute. I said the Packers have a 100% chance of winning.
Banned! Hey, Kyle.
I love that theme.
Banned!
So y'all were banning people for not believing that the Packers had a not 99.9%
in our defense,
100%.
I imagine we all kind of forgot about
The
that.
funny thing is, I remember that call. He had a very reasonable outlook.
Oh,
and take.
totally. And I
Very
just took it to the next
reasonable.
level.
And it's just like, cut him off. Banned. It was wild.
Was this on social
Wild.
media? I remember seeing this.
Nah, you were in La La Land.
I was in and out watching the show.
Oh, if you were watching the video stream, then yes.
You were watching
You
us on
watched
vacation.
something happen.
I dabbled in it. I dabbled a little bit.
Thanks for the
nice to
support,
know.
Kyle.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff I dabbled in. Internet ain't free some of these places.
Did you dabble in Underdog Fantasy?
You know what? I don't know if I can do it in Mexico. I tried, but then it made me do all these things. Like, I don't know if I can do it in Mexico. But you know what? I'm back on the mainland. And guess what? I'm right back to making picks on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. Yes, I was telling all my family about the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. And I want you to be like my fam and sign up today. You go to UnderdogFantasy.com or download the Underdog Fantasy Sports app and you use promo code KBN. Yes, promo code KBN. And you will get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Yes, instantly when you use promo code KBN. Let me just tell y'all this. It is so easy to play Underdog Fantasy Sports. All you do, once you download the app using promo code KBN, you select player stats for multiple teams. You select higher or lower on those player stats. So whether or not it's Giannis going for higher than 40 points or whether or not it's Chris Middleton coming back in higher than 10 games, you can select. You can't do that one. It has to be point scored or something like that. But I'm making jokes about it. But that's how easy it is and how fun it can be. And you can win real money. Make up to 1,000 times your money. Yes, 1,000 times your money with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. Make your game watching experience that much more fun when doing it with the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. You'll be thanking me, you guys. I'm telling you this right now. Make sure you use promo code KBN on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app today. Must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
I've really enjoyed what Alex Strofe has done for our guests that join us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. One of them that joins us bi-weekly was not able to join last week, Greg Scalzo. He got a promotion.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
He's a vice president of Good Karma Brands and market manager.
Even bigger.
He's even bigger. We got to redo his imaging. But joining us next on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is the bigger boss than he was before. My former co-host and the man that keeps me in check, Greg Scalzo. Joins Kyle, Brust, and Nortman next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Oh, wow.
North?
Spread Eagle is way north. Way north.
Man, stop. You're doing the thing where you don't know what you're doing.
No, it is, though.
We don't know where up north is.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we've got some delays on westbound 94, basically from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound so far looking okay. A little heavy on southbound 41, south to Silver Spring down to Capitol Drive. They're still working on this accident on Capitol Drive westbound. 2 right lanes are blocked at 124th Street or the county line there, so careful with that. Southbound 43 slowing down from Hampton down to Capitol Drive. And then one other accident. This is on 894 eastbound right at 76th Street. This is off on the right shoulder. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 43. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, a high of 53. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Always have a slice of summer by playing Pro Tour courses on one of their 12 simulators. Book a bay for just $35 Monday through Thursday. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Winter weather is on the way, and that means salt, snow, and grime on your car. ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here. Now is the time to protect your vehicle with a premium wash at Tsunami Express Car Wash. State-of-the-art technology, powerful free vacuums, and unlimited wash memberships. Keep your car looking spotless all season long. Tsunami Express has 5 convenient locations all across greater Milwaukee, making it easy to give your ride the care it deserves. Sign up for a membership at TsunamiExpress.com and get your first wash free. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Jordan Love used the team's bye week to heal up his knee and groin injuries. The Packers quarterback was a full participant during Wednesday's workout session. Head coach Matt LaFleur is hopeful that a full week of practice will be beneficial for Love going into Sunday's game against the Chicago Bears.
It'll be good to just get him some practice under his belt where he's fully healthy. That's the other thing, going back to last game, he didn't practice the full week. I'm just confident that a full week's worth of practice and then stacking those days will definitely be beneficial for him.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Need to find that perfect home? Don't sell. Upgrade with a home equity loan. Renovate that kitchen. Retile that bath. You choose the fixtures. Let us do the math. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice. Because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. ESPN Milwaukee's Big Boss.
Purple's not a freaking color in the rainbow.
The only one who holds Ben accountable.
You're cheating the system. I'm not.
Welcome to Thursdays with Greg Scalzo.
Happy Thursday.
On Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
When I think of Greg Scalzo and I think of Thursdays, I think of Grateful Dead Thursdays. Oh, wait, we had this conversation before. Welcome into the show, Greg Scalzo. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Yeah, I don't know who your producer is on this show, but whoever it is, it'd be nice if they could, switch up that music a little bit.
I did tease 800-990-3776 that Greg Scalzo got a bigger promotion to vice president, and Dave from Aaron says that's big news. Now he can, without a doubt, give Strofe a raise.
When I get my raise, I'll change the music.
If you get invited to Ben's wedding, then maybe we'll talk about a raise.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute now.
You're putting a lot on me now.
That is
his life
quite
is in his
the
hands.
incentive. Quite the incentive.
I actually kind of love that, although I don't love that.
That's why he did it.
God, he's good.
Greg Scalzo joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Wait, can I get that same thing?
Are you already invited to the wedding?
I haven't said any state.
Nobody has been confirmed
Brad,
nor denied.
You should be politicking for this too. I'll put pressure on
you guys
I wouldn't mind a little bump. For
Are they part of the bachelor party crew? Just wedding?
I don't think they're bachelor party crew.
Would you want to go to his bachelor party?
Are you organizing
I
the
don't
bachelor
know.
party?
Depends where it is.
I'm supposed to be organizing the bachelor party.
I mean,
What are you gonna do
Greg
for
is
it?
the best man in my wedding, for those who don't know. So, yeah.
Well, Ben originally wanted to do Austin, Texas.
That sounds like a good time.
And then I ran into Josh Gosser at a Packers game. He popped over to the Tundra Trio and he said, "Why does Ben want to do Austin? You should just do Nashville like I did it." And the next time I talked to Ben was into Nashville. So
When'd you run into Gosser?
So I'm guessing Gosser got in your ear about Nashville.
No, it's actually Kaminsky.
Yeah, exactly. And so now he's like,
I just want to make everyone. I want it to be convenient.
Wait, it's your bachelor party. Don't
if you
think
want to
about
go down
others.
to Texas, you go down to Texas.
Well, I know where it should be,
Southern
but Ben's
Kyle.
too scared to do it.
Dude, I can't do
Vegas?
that.
Come on,
What's
Ben.
wrong? It's one last
I'll
time.
lose all of my money.
You make everybody else spend their money on you. They got it.
I'm not doing the douchey thing where you're like, hey, send money to the bachelor so that he can buy drinks. I think it's the biggest scam ever.
We'll all put in $100. We bet it on red.
Time out.
that's
Wait a
not
minute.
gonna-
We already did that and
I'm
lost.
Square Brad, and I had my bachelor party in Vegas. So if you're gambler Ben, you even more so need to have it there.
All right, so Barstool Big Cat joined us here yesterday, and I had him power rank the top 3 places for a bachelor party. He put Vegas at number 3 because it's a great spot, but if you're looking to keep people together, it's not the spot for you. Number 2 was Charleston, South Carolina.
No.
Yeah, I was just
And then
there.
one was a house on a boat.
A houseboat.
A houseboat.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Like, I don't. It also depends.
That's what I said. I said
It also depends on what life stage you are, because, like, I would be more, and this isn't my bachelor party, so you have to do what you want to do. I would like a bachelor party where I could go out and do whatever I want. Like, hey, we've got golf one day, you've got dinner one night, but like people can kind of do their own thing. The last thing I want to do is be in a big house or on a boat with 20 other guys, bunking up in the house.
I agree
and
with
watching
that.
you guys singing the Piano Man and stripping down to your undies at 1 in the morning.
Oh no, I definitely don't want to be invited. I know I wasn't, but I if you went past through your mind, like maybe should I? If y'all getting down to y'all undies and singing, I'll pass.
Well, Greg has the best story of a connecting flight after a bachelor party. Do you know what I'm referencing?
After my bachelor party?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the biggest boss move of all time.
I don't know about that. I did my bachelor party in New Orleans. Great bachelor party city. Thank you. Ben disappeared for most of it. Was at the casino, but he won. So then he came back, returned to King. I did 3 nights in New Orleans, so I was not feeling great on my flight home, and I had a connection. And I got to the airport, and I'm at my gate, and I realized that when you need it the least, or when you need it the most, your connecting gate's never close. So I just paid one of the golf carts like $50 to just drive me to my
No,
game.
you did not.
I took 50 cash out. I had a $50 bill. I handed it to the man and I said, please take me to gate A57. And sure enough, big smile on his face, just drove me right on down.
You got to pay for
How
convenience.
did you think about that? That wouldn't even cross my mind to do.
I was not in shape to be walking very far that day.
800-990-3776. Curtis in Madison wants to say hello to an iconic, absolute Madison legend. You're up, Curtis.
Yo, what's up, Scalzo?
Curtis.
Good to see you again, man.
It's been, my man. Things are good. How are
I
you?
know.
What is I didn't know that this was Curtis from like 5 to 7 back at ESPN
This
Madison.
was Curtis. Curtis used to be a regular caller at the old
Jim Rutledge, Greg
night.
Scalzo, 5 to
Madison's
7.
game night. Yes, me and Rutledge.
Yep, Madison game night. We used to always chat, and I heard you on the radio. Got a chance to call. Just want to say hi. And you're a big boss now, from what I hear.
You can dump him,
big
Strofe,
boss.
if you're in front of the show.
Curtis
is a Madison legend. I wasn't calling Greg a Madison legend. I was calling Curtis a Madison legend.
Okay, well,
he used to call in for you too.
Yeah, he's called into our station for what, 15 years?
As long as I've been there.
all,
he's a man.
all I'm saying is we were getting somewhere, and then it's just like,
I didn't go in there and
Greg,
say, hey, man, take the call.
Well,
don't let me ruin the show. What are you guys talking about?
Well, Kyle's setting the most unrealistic expectations for Jordan Love. Tell him what your expectations are.
My expectations. Greg,
Thank you, Curtis. Love you.
Can you tell me, Jordan Love,
Love
how
you too, Curtis.
how did he play at the end of last year? Would you say it was really, really good?
Yeah, he was a top 5 quarterback into last year.
Yeah, top 5 quarterback last year. So when he signed that contract, did you expect him to be top 5 quarterback again this year? Play at a similar level?
Yeah, over the course of the season.
Well, and so, thank you so much for answering. Would you say that Jordan Love hasn't lived up to the expectations so far this year?
I think that's fair to say.
Okay, so if somebody said Jordan Love needs
Are
to...
we in the court of law?
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is a leading. You are leading the witness.
No, I'm not leading the witness. The witness is just answering the questions how he wants to. Nobody's pressuring him. And so you would say, probably like many others, he probably needs to replicate the second half in order for us to say, yep, he's living up to the $55 million.
Well, that's where I think it's interesting.
Thank you.
I think that, like,
he goes, this man needs to throw for 20 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and we'll be great.
In a vacuum, that's a hard thing to do. If he's like top 5 quarterback the back half of the year, I think it's a fair expectation. Exactly what he did last year, probably not. You're paying for him to be a top 5 quarterback over the span of his contract.
That's true.
And the beginning of this year was riddled with injuries, right?
That is true.
And so I'm not usually somebody who's going to give a lot of excuses, but I'm with you, Kyle. I want to see that top 5 quarterback the rest of this year.
Let him know.
20 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a maybe one step too far. But yeah, he should be a top 5 quarterback.
We should have wow moments week in, and we say, wow, look at Jordan.
No, I agree with that.
Jordan Love needs to be leading this team week in and week out to victory, and where we're saying, man, Jordan Love, he might have threw an interception on that first drive, but look what he did the rest of that game. 3 touchdowns led this team to a blowout or led this team to a victory. That's what we need to be saying. That should be the expectation. You see these clowns?
I don't know what they're doing.
No, I mean, look,
They do this all show, Greg. Look, these conversations that we can't hear, and they're
we lined up phone calls for Homer's birthday. I guess we're lining up phone calls for people to say hi to Greg Scalzo, but I will definitely take Leroy in Milwaukee. 800-990-3776. Leroy.
What it do, baby? Scalzo and Brust, my family, except Josh DiMaggio, but I love the other Brust. I love y'all, Scalzo and Brust. You know we go way back. You know how we do, baby. You know we go way back. I love y'all. Scalzo, what the hell, man?
That's the sound of your voice,
Leroy, you're the best, man.
What a laugh. And he just crapped on Josh DiMaggio in the process, too. He's like, not Josh DiMaggio.
Yeah.
But Benny
Brutal.
Scalzo. I think...
Is this the Greg Scalzo Appreciation Hour? What's going on here?
Sure, why not? It's like he hasn't been coming on for like 2 months.
I know, right? I think that off of the bye week, like now is the time you have to expect Love to be Love.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if because he's in year 5 in his career, This is sort of the sophomore slump year, though, right? A lot of times, great rookie quarterbacks hit that year too, whether it's because there's tape on them or just a natural, a natural regression. Usually, right? Traditionally, Brad, they talk about a sophomore slump with quarterbacks. This feels a little bit like that this front half of the year, where he's making mistakes and he's probably seeing things that are being schemed up specifically to stop him.
Yeah, there's a regression to the mean. Plus, I think he's feeling the weight of his contract. I think he's pressing a little bit too much. I think he's trying to do too much, leading to all these interceptions.
I love that Brad gets to use the context of having a second contract in the NFL to talk through that experience, because none of us can.
When you got that second contract, did your punting?
Well, that's a little strong.
Bears game?
No, that was my freshman year. The Bears game is when I came back to life, a rebirth, if you will. I felt more pressure. I never felt more nervous than after I signed the contract, which was I just felt like I had to do more, be more, and the first couple of games I wasn't myself. Finally, I kind of got back into rhythm, had a really good game, and said, okay, I'm good to go. I'm in rhythm. Don't need to worry about that anymore. Let's roll. I think Jordan Love needs that moment.
Josh from Heartland chimes in 800-990-3776. Hearing Scalzo's voice immediately makes me want to call in and bash Jesse Nelson.
Is there anybody worse than Jesse?
Oh, wow, you're on the anti-Jesse train, too?
He loves Jesse.
Yeah, you guys are a little too hard on Jesse Nelson, right?
No, Jesse always comes through for me. I'm call Jesse. He's like, I'll be there at 4 o'clock for you. Or 3. Actually, he was there at 3:45. Let my guy in.
I love Jesse, too, but you have to understand.
Greg, before you even say anything, did you hear what the bar was? He was at work at 3:45 p.m. to let somebody in.
Yeah.
Why are we celebrating that?
Yeah.
Well, he followed through for Kyle, so Kyle's happy with it.
No, I mean, based on what y'all say, you would think the man is a 8:57 to 12:02 guy.
I bet he's not at work right now, and it is 3:44 p.m.
Oh, I'm not even going there with it. He's just the total hall monitor, Like, he's the guy, he is the guy who's the hall monitor telling on you during high school to
he's
your
a
teachers.
snitch?
Oh, yeah. That was my age. Like, in the Scalzo and Brust days, Jesse was always, coming to our bosses being like, do you hear what they're doing on Scalzo and Brust?
Really?
I don't think they can say that word.
Wait a minute.
I don't think that, they should be talking about
I didn't know
that's
Jesse
hilarious.
was a snitch.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Whitey tighties. We literally call him like a hall cop. Like, he's going to be a great crossing guard one day.
This is where it comes
the sash.
Oh, yeah. Crossing guards are the worst, aren't they?
That's Jesse Nelson.
Especially by where you went to high school and where you live now. In Whitefish Bay, there's one crossing guard there on Lake Drive.
They run out there.
Goodness. He is
I miss Betty, R.I.P. Or Dottie. Her name was Dottie. There's a bench over there for Dottie. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking.
Wait a minute.
You got 4-year-olds walking to school and they say, hey, move. What do you mean stop?
It's not about the what, it's about the how. And this guy takes it all way too serious.
like,
That's a VP answer.
Now, Mark chimes in with a great suggestion as well as part of the intro for Greg Scalzo into this. Can you get the sports talk fix every day from 4 to 6 in there? Because that is an OG. So Strofe will see.
We'll see Strofe.
We'll see if he can do anything. If he get invited to the wedding, if he can produce the show correctly. But now, way to go, Greg. You've made that comment. Now we've lost Alex Strofe for the rest of the day.
Greg, you've been on trial before?
Me? What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
The chat said Greg's been on trial before. He knows how to handle the witness stand.
I've never been on trial.
You've been a
I've gotten
witness?
arrested. I've never been on trial.
Have you been a witness?
Never been a witness.
Oh,
no.
okay. But say,
No.
Is it the suit? What's going on? What's going on here?
We learn new things about Greg.
Where do you guys think the bachelor party should be for Ben Brust?
Oh,
I think just lean into who you are and do Vegas.
yeah. I mean, if you want to do Austin, I say do Austin because that was the first thing that came to mind. Where do you would be most fun?
I'm loving the text right now. Chip in Cedarburg. We used to have one of those megaphones. Jesse's reaction to the siren.
He ran in the studio.
That's actually illegal.
You guys put the siren
we put the siren on the microphone. No, like the megaphone on the microphone.
Wait, so you guys,
on air?
who do you think was playing with the megaphone during the show?
Ben Brust.
Yes.
Wait, you did that on air?
All right, this
that doesn't rank in the top 10 of things that we did on the air that we shouldn't have done on
Man,
air.
how old is Jesse? He took 20 years off his life.
Oh, yeah. He going to die early because of us.
Stressed. And then you go to the big boy, and they're like, hell, the show's great, though.
Hey, what we're going to do to play Greg out here is who called back. I don't know why, but I love it. Leroy in Milwaukee. What up, Leroy? Oh, he's gone.
Leroy, baby.
What'd you
call
do?
Back.
I just wanted that laugh one last time.
It's a great laugh.
So this is interesting. This whole dynamic is interesting.
Dude, it's a thing.
Yeah,
it's a thing. They got this connection here that goes right in front of Kyle and Ma's face all show.
Hit the KBN sports desk music. Per Jesse Nelson to me, Greg Scalzo, and Alex Strofe on the personal talk and text line. Present and working on Badger volleyball until 1 a.m. tonight. Go Badgers!
Who's producing Wilmington's house tomorrow?
I have no idea.
Shout out to Jesse.
Shout out to Jesse. That's true.
R.I.P. Dottie from somebody else on the talk.
Yeah, Dottie was the crossing guard in Whitefish Bay as a kid.
There's some great crossing guards there. I'm telling you, that guy on Lake Drive, kind of near Clody Park. Get over yourself,
Leroy.
brother.
You're up.
Damn.
What's up, Leroy?
What's up, man?
How are we feeling about Jordan Love this weekend?
I love Jordan Love. I'll forever be a Jordan Love fan. He was right along. He trained against Aaron Rodgers. I'll forever be a Packer fan, but I'm a Milwaukee Bucks fan.
Hey,
Brust in 6,
Brust
baby.
in 6. Where should Ben Brust have his bachelor party?
Hey, I don't know. Hell, as long as I'm invited, I don't care where the hell he have it at. As long as I'm invited there. Come on now.
There you go.
I lost control this segment. I'll own that one. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks, guys.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. We got Jim Rutledge next. Oh, wow. Back to back. Wow. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
Wow. Just wow.
Has he sound good? We've been practicing.
I did it all last week. I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of my progress.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust. Get your Golden Eagles essentials by opening Marquette checking from Wintrust today.
Number 15 Marquette improved to 3-0 following a sloppy 70-62 win over Central Michigan at Fiserv Forum. Senior guard Stevie Mitchell finished with 17 points to lead 4 MU players in double figures. However, the team shot just 36% overall for the game. The Golden Eagles rode their defense, finishing with 65 deflections, 19 steals, and 24 forced turnovers. Head coach Shaka Smart said his team's identity is always going to be in the defensive end.
Never going to be a team that I coach that doesn't hang their hat on defense, and that's why you feel good about 8 kills, feel good about 65 deflections, you feel good about holding them to 24% from the three-point line.
Marquette hits the road for the first time this season Friday night when they visit the Maryland Terrapins.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, and the official bank of Marquette University.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff. We like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated and uncompromising. Like an award-winning men's grooming experience from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Open 7 days a week, even Sundays. Walk in anytime, and before you know it, our talented stylist will bring you back to a simpler time. A time when you were handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Experience elite orthopedic care at OAW. Their skilled teams in Pewaukee, Brookfield, and Mukwonago offer tailored treatment for your needs.
It took overtime, but the Bucks finally won back-to-back games for the first time this season as they rallied to take down the Detroit Pistons 127-120 at Fiserv Forum. An MVP performance from Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Greek Freak scored an NBA season-high 59 points to go along with 14 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and 3 blocks in the victory.
Giannis with 16 seconds to work with, drives inside and stuffs it down with the right hand. 59 points now for Giannis.
The 4-8 Bucks visit the Charlotte Hornets on Saturday for an afternoon tilt. Tip-off is at 2.
This has been the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Book your appointment today at orthowisconsin.com.
This time of year can be really tough on a number of areas in your home. If you're struggling with any electrical issues, the superheroes at Current Electric are ready to help you. Chuck Smith is a Brookfield Central grad who started Current Electric over 40 years ago. His mission was to serve our community with integrity and quality. Whether it's as small as a switch repair or as large as rewiring your entire home, to a generator to keep your lights on, or even interest in solar energy, call on the superheroes from Current Electric. Go to callcurrent.com. That's callcurrent.com.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The Bears still suck. The Bears still suck.
Being at your peak physical performance, it's not easy to do. You need a little bit of help. Take it from me. Enter Quintessa Aesthetic Center. I go to Quintessa in Brookfield. I work with Jess. She's awesome. If you go to the Brookfield one, go see Jess. Tell her I sent you. Because there you're going to find so many things to be able to let you live your peak performance. Whether you're an athlete like me or just want to feel your best. I mean, this is the time of my life, my mid-30s, where it's just harder to do everything. Quintessa helps me overcome that with home hormone therapy, IV drip therapy, medical weight loss, anti-aging, even things like an infrared sauna, food trackers, nutrition apps, ways to keep me accountable and reach my mental and physical goals. Quintessa allows me to have my body be at peak performance and be at the top of my game. So no matter what you're trying to achieve, they're going to personalize your experience with Quintessa and be able to take your body to the next level. Visit myquintessa.com/wellness and take charge of your health with Quintessa.
Yes, the Bears still suck.
Joining us now is a Bears fan, a true one. Unlike the flipper-flopper that I was of disowning the franchise. Jim Rutledge of Jim, Matt, and Molly. Jim, I got a question for you. I guess we have the damn sports show, so I can't bleep them up too. I was going to say, can we go long? Because I did a bad clock today. Or maybe I did it on purpose to only get 3 minutes of Jim Rutledge. How are you?
You know what? I'm disappointed. I'm sad. I'm devastated. I'm scared for the future. No faith in future leadership. Wait, what are we talking about?
You kind of sounded like Big Cat from yesterday. I don't know if you ripped off the entire
Oh, we're
lines.
talking about the Bears?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I feel better about the Bears than the other thing I was talking about. I'll tell you that for sure.
Is this a new low for like your experience being a Bears fan?
Come on now. I was born in the darkness, Brad. Like you're talking. This is not low. Like this is because it's not just me. The Bears are definitely wasting Caleb Williams' first year on a rookie scale deal. But, like, Caleb Williams shows more promise than Mitch or Justin. Like, I went through...
Mitch and Justin.
I went through, like, Dave Craig and Craig Krenzel and Henry Burris and Jason Campbell and Cordell Stewart. Like, that and honestly, like, the years when the team was, like, the contracts were fat and bloated and the team was cooked and you had to restart everything. Like, if this season's done, their roster's still young and their cap is still flexible, that... They've ruined this year, but like they're not cooked in the way that they've been in plenty of other years. So like this season seems pretty bleak, but it's not like they're capped out and they don't have any draft picks and they don't have any quarterback hope. Like that's not where they're at right now. Now ask me in a year and I'll be in a bad mood. But right now,
all right. So Jim,
there's still hope.
You know, we as Wisconsin, Illinois, Bears, Packers, when this comes up, I feel as if Packer fans, we've had this conversation a lot, like respected Peanut Tillman. What Packer do you respect?
Man, you know, there's been like for a long time it was Aaron Rodgers. Right now on the Packers, I have respect for Jordan Love. I mean, I wonder what he's going to be, but I respect him. It's hard to say. I guess Kenny Clark, he's been around for a long time, a respected vet.
Kenny Clark. I was just thinking all time, but if you're going right now, yeah.
Oh, I was trying to go right now. All time? I mean, like A.J. Hawk, Clay Matthews are all-time great Packers. Charles Woodson is one of my favorite players ever, so even though he spent time with the Packers, I still respect the heck out of him. Reggie White. I mean, there's plenty of players that played for the Packers that you got to hold a lot of respect for, without a doubt. On the field, Favre and Rodgers for sure.
Look at you go. You like the Packers more than I thought you did.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I mean, I've watched every Bear and Packer game in my life, basically.
Yeah.
So, I've seen a lot of Packers play.
You know what sucks for you?
I should say Tauscher and Chimera as well, just for...
You know what sucks for you, Jim, is that I can't name a peanut in Brian Urlacher. I don't... And nobody else is working. Devin Hester. That's
Devin Hester, Lance Briggs.
Walter Payton.
Okay, Walter. I didn't see Walter Payton play. I don't know. Sweetness was dead by the time I was 8, so
That's
I don't
fair.
know. So
Mike Brown.
You said what?
You got after Sweetness a little too hard there, man.
I didn't see him play. I can't respect his game of watching it. Lance Briggs was fine. That's about it. Who else?
Fine. He's probably going to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it. You got 4. You named 20.
All right, Jim, Matt, and
Okay,
Molly,
you
they're
got
coming
me.
up next from
I'm more
4 to
respectful than
6. Actually, kind of sounded like it.
Have a
The
good
Damn
one, Jim.
Sports Show next in Beaver Dam. We're back until 5 o'clock on 94.5 ESPN.
Westbound on Capitol Drive had an earlier accident at 124th Street. That's been cleared, so we're in good shape there. Southbound on 41, heavy from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Another one on southbound 43, backing up from Hampton down to Capitol, and then again from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Looking at a little bit more of a backup heading down towards the KK River. Westbound 94, heavy out of the Marquette all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard, and eastbound 94, we're seeing backups through the Barker Road area to Brookfield Road, and then back on the brakes from 76th Street through the Stadium Interchange. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 43. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, a high of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Rake in a big win this November at Potawatomi. Go head-to-head in the Cash Clash game show for your share of $300,000 in cash and prizes. Just play with your rewards card for entries. Prize drawings on Thursdays. The Cash Clash game show at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Your win is waiting. More info at paysbig.com. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
What can you do in about an hour? You could take a nap, do some cleaning, have lunch with a friend, watch your favorite show, take a yoga class, go to the gym, or buy a car. At Ewald Automotive, you'll be in and out in about an hour. Go to ewaldauto.com, select the vehicle you're interested in, and get your instant price. Get a firm trade-in offer, customize your payment option, and even add your own protection plans. Then head to the dealership, and you'll be in and out in about an hour.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
Man, did I miss that. Brad was bad at the 414 hour at 4. We had to tell him, Kyle, that, hey, pretend like you're going to kick a 60-yard punt.
And they even play-by-played it.
Be like, all right, here's a
Jansen.
snap, coverage is good. And he'd be like, it's the 414 hour at 4.
He put a lot of pressure on himself.
It was rough.
It's just a lot. He's trying to fill a void. You know, Brad.
Trying to be Kyle.
No, I just want you to do. Say it's the 262 hour at 4.
Nah.
I don't know.
No, but you 262, it should roll off the tongue because you feel it in your chest, your heart, right? That's who you are. You're 262.
It's my core. I'm a 262 guy.
See, you see, I'm a 262.
It did feel more authentic.
Yeah. So that's the problem.
But I want to be 414.
Nah, you can't get.
It's just not going to happen.
No, you made a decision. You live in a kind of walk. You move further away from the
That's true. I went further from 414.
Chef Ed, no, you have not been kicked out of KBN Nation. You just started working at your new job, which we're very proud of you for. And you still stink at Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Stroh running the show. You KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. You pointing at me.
Yeah, I did catch the back end of Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust? Boy, it was rough for you, huh?
Yeah, thank you.
You sucked.
Christian Muskego, you have waited patiently. We'll go to you on the ESPN Wisconsin Talk text line, 800-990-3776. Is this in reference to Kyle setting way too high of expectations for Jordan Love the second half of the season?
It's got to do with that, if you let me explain. And a little comment on an earlier in the week Ben Brust comment on the Badgers. But first, I too expect Jordan Love to be better than what he was to start the second half. I think it'll even out. To think that he's going to do what he did last year is, I don't think that's very wise. You've had a full off season for the teams to learn him and study them, other than the Bears, because they're too dumb to figure that out. But then you've also got him, you get hurt in the first game, and then you bring him back a week too soon. They should have let Malik start 3 games in a row, because then he gets hurt in the next game, pulls his groin.
Christian, I love you, but it's Malik, brother.
Wait a minute. When he said Malik, I had to process Malik. I was like, oh, Malik.
And lastly, on the Badgers, Christian, quickly, please.
No, it's not Christian. It's Chris. So now you screwed up. Okay, here we go. But
Stroh, you have been messing up these names. Are you doing it on purpose?
Get him, Chris.
No, talk to me. Are you doing it on purpose?
Oh, that is good.
That's really good.
But on Ben Brust's comment on the Badgers, I agree with you 1,000%. This offensive coordinator, you don't run the air raid offense when you've got a kid that can't run it. You design an offense that will help him produce more. You get his butt under center. You don't sit him and put him in the shotgun position. You don't throw the ball on first and second down and get behind the chains and make him try to pull something out of his butt. The offensive coordinator needs to go, and the Fickle doesn't realize that. By next year, he needs to go too.
Appreciate the call, Christian, and thank you for waiting. Was
it Chris or Christian?
It was Chris. Now that we're in a safe space, you've done that a couple times this week. Is this a bit for yourself?
Yeah, it's self-bit.
Self-bit.
Yeah.
Literally getting our callers' names wrong for me to read, and then that is actually pretty funny.
That is so funny.
I was kind of curious how long it would take him to catch on. I've been trying to do it once or twice a day.
That's a lot.
Has anyone?
He said my name is Christian Muskego. In my head, I was like, oh, Christian, yeah, Christian Muskego.
It's actually clever. If I called anyone the wrong name and they just go with it. Or is everyone correct?
A few times,
so that's why I haven't caught it, because not everyone's like, hey, that's not my name. Well, I respect the people who are like, hey, my name's Chris.
Chris was cool with it until you called him out for the Malik. And he said, oh,
bro, you can't call Malik Willis Malik.
That came full circle.
Especially when you trying to make a point.
And yes, I agree 1,000% with me too, Chris.
Dan.
I do want to hear from Xavier McKinney, though, because that is the next place to go in terms of getting you ready on a Thursday at 4:05 as we head into a Friday. Xavier McKinney has a beef, and we can call it a beef, with DJ Moore, the wide receiver of the Chicago Bears. Back in the spring, DJ Moore, which was referenced by Rob Domofsky, who joined us here yesterday on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, he talked about what DJ Moore had to say about some guys coming into the NFC this year. Here's what DJ Moore had to say on the Up and Adams podcast.
The NFC North, what I noticed, they really beefed up their secondary. Have you noticed that?
Who?
The Lions, they took 2 corners back to back. Xavier McKinney's in Green Bay now.
That's nice.
Yeah? How do you feel?
I don't feel no way about it. They just there.
They are just there. DJ Moore's comments about the Lions adding pieces to their defense and the Green Bay Packers signing Xavier McKinney, who has been a pretty good player for the Green Bay Packers on that back end. So Xavier McKinney was talking to Bill Huber in the locker room. And here's what Xavier McKinney's now. That just, again, I want you to know as you listen to that, that was in the spring. We are now November 14th heading into Bears-Packers, first game that they will play. Here's what Xavier McKinney had to say in the locker room.
There's a clip somewhere out there where DJ Moore said something about, like, they're asking him about, the Packers getting me, and he was kind of like, who? And so, like, all that stuff kind of, that's in my memory bank, and, I go, I work accordingly to that.
You think he knows who 29 is now?
I hope so. But I don't give a damn what he know. Like, this dude walked out on him, like, I
preach.
I've been playing football for 5 years now, and I've been watching football for longer than that. And I don't think I've ever seen you're supposed to be the guy, and you walking, you just walking off the field, and then you walking off the field on a rookie quarterback that you've been praising. So it's like, it's a whole other story.
His ankle hurt, though. Remember that?
Man. It's what him and Antonio Brown. That's about it, right? Cap.
Oh, see, look, X. He don't just pick off quarterbacks. He pick off haters. And you know what? I can't wait to Sunday. That's the talk you want to hear. I like hearing that because Jair got that swagginess about him where he talk a lot. I've never heard Xavier McKinney talk like this before. He's new. I understand that. But now it gave me a little bit of a glimpse into his mentality. That man knows and remembers everything that's said about him, and he uses that to fuel himself. This year is not just solely about him trying to say, oh, I'm a good football player. No, this year is trying to show everybody I played for a bad team with the Giants, and I shined. When I'm on a better football team, I'm going to show you I'm the best safety in NFL. He has that killer instinct mentality where he plays with a chip on his shoulder with something to prove. He's getting a pick on Sunday.
Boy, killer instinct, but calculated. I mean, he has been thinking about this for some time. He knew what his answer was going to be. Even bringing up the fact that DJ Moore, when he brought that up, my mic was off. I go, ooh. When he brought up DJ Moore walking off the field, continuing to throw dirt on his grave. Man, I love this. I love not only the rivalry, but player rivalries. I'm going to be watching this so hard on Sunday to see how McKinney and DJ Moore face off. And this is the alpha that this defense has always needed. They finally got it.
Hey, remember when Jair Alexander got into it with Stephon Diggs and Xavier McKinney said, listen, I'm riding with Jai. If he beefing with him, I'm beefing with him. That's what you need at DB. You need cornerbacks that aren't afraid of anything or anybody. Sometimes tackling they're afraid of. But everything else when it comes to covering, going mano-a-mano with somebody, that's what you need. I love that this unit is coming together as one and finding a swag about themselves. But this is exciting to me, not just because he's running his mouth. No, it ain't about that. It's about the fact that he's going to be standing on business, like I said earlier. He's going to be standing on business on Sunday. Like, this is going to be a hype. Stuff gonna happen on Sunday.
Look at Kyle. Man. He's like getting the candy store. Hey guys, something's gonna happen on Sunday.
Because as you all know, I know Wisconsin, y'all really weren't a chirpy type. But Brad, I know you played in locker rooms where guys.
He's not chirpy either.
No, but he's seen guys who were chirpy, and like when there's beef between other guys, if people start talking, other people come to protect their boys, and you just feel a little bit extra adrenaline going into that matchup. I mean, even on a high school level, you feel that. Imagine in the NFL.
So I have a story about Jalen Ramsey. So 2017, playing for the Jags, right? We play the Bengals. They got A.J. Green, who was really good at the time. They already have a little bit of a rivalry going into the game. They don't like one another. It got brought up here and there. And what do you know, coming to fruition, the whole first half of the game is Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Green. And there's extracurricular, there's fighting. Right before halftime, they get in like fisticuffs. They both get ejected.
Oh, no.
They both get ejected.
Oh, no.
And the way that the Jaguar Stadium is like the Jags locker room. It's like all on the same side of the 50, right? So it's not like their locker room's on one side of the stadium and ours is on the other. Locker room, long hallway that you can see each other, and then their locker room. So when halftime is over, I run to the locker room. Take out like 3 minutes to drink some water, eat a bar, and then head back out to punt. So I'm following steps behind Jalen Ramsey, being held back by our trainers, and he is yelling down the hallway to A.J. Green, "You know where to find me, snitch," and all these things that I can't say over the airwaves. And I was like, I'm juiced. All the other guys heard it. Came out and played well second half. We got the win, baby.
Yeah!
But it was a moment of just pure dudes. Just dudes, man. And I just love to see. That's what football is all about.
Brad
So
got
football
hyped
is
up, bombing at 60 yards because Jalen was excited.
That's right.
Now imagine what J Love is going to do. No shot at you. I mean, we need punters. I need Whalen. I need
Daniel Whalen's gonna be bombing the ball.
I need Malik to be ready.
Yeah, I need everybody to be juiced up. I know if we feel it, they're definitely going to feel it. This rivalry has something this week.
Well, honestly, when it's so lopsided, not that you need an extra juice, but this is like the Jordan effect, right? This is like creating some narratives to give you some extra juice so that if there's even part of you that's feeling a little sleepy, it wakes you up and makes you bring your A game.
I love it. I love every second of it. And I love that story from you, Brad. And I love Kyle's eyes. He's thinking about Xavier McKinney talking that stuff to DJ Moore and responding to it. And Alex Strofe is our
Walking
big
off
tongue,
the field.
big,
He
strong,
called him
tough
out.
guy who's got big muscles, baby. The anchor of our show. Brad, tell us about 3Tree Marketing.
Oh, I'd love to. It's all about how you brand yourselves, guys. Top businesses know that, and your business knows that. That's why 3Tree Marketing is a full-service branded merchandising agency that's going to take your company to the next level. Branding, marketing, it's all about telling a story. You're trying to tell the story of your company, and nobody does it better than 3Tree Marketing. When it comes to new teammates or business partners, they can use specialized gifting and merchandising to tell your company's story. When we here at Good Karma Brands, ESPN Milwaukee, when we use 3Tree Marketing, boy, our message is delivered. Partners, fans, they all remember who we are and what we stand for. That's all what is part of branding yourself and telling your story, and 3Tree Marketing is going to do that easily and effectively. I think outside the box, become an extension of your team. See what else 3Tree Marketing can do for you and set an appointment today. Check out 3treemarketing.com.
Oh, a late KBN Sports Desk update.
Hey, I just had a question for Ben, and we stumbled into something. So I asked him, if we had a football team, the four of us, what position would I play? And then Ben said, you better learn how to play long snapper. And I said, oh, no, I'd get murdered. And then he said, no, you can't touch the long snapper. Is that true?
You can't touch them until they snap the ball and bring their
killed.
bring their head up.
No. What you would do is you would snap the ball and just fall.
No, you wouldn't have a job. You wouldn't have a job. Yeah.
They would steamroll you.
So if we had a football team, what position would
Connor Stallions.
No, that's not a position.
Yeah, it is.
A water boy.
No. Football position.
You can't do it. It's not in the cards for you.
I think you could be...
Dude, I thought about this for a long time.
No, there's nothing he
There's
can do.
nothing.
There's nothing. You didn't even play high school sport.
Can you
football,
run a route? Can you run a route and catch a ball? Like a slot guy? That's
Dude, he would get murdered in the slot. Are you
Across the middle?
kidding me?
Aren't I a little tall
Yeah,
and slow to be in the slot?
You would be sawed in half.
Sawed in half.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
You agree with me?
I mean, Lola Bunny on your algorithm shaking her butt?
It's people on my Facebook sharing stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Lola the Bunny was kind of strapped.
Okay, here's as far as I'm... All I'll be able to say is I get why Bugs was so love drunk over Lola. I get it. That's
you.
as far as I can go to you.
Look at this. Look at this. Google Lola the Bunny.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Westbound on Capitol Drive had an earlier accident at 124th Street. That's been cleared, so we're in good shape there. Southbound on 41, heavy from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. Another one on southbound 43, backing up from Hampton down to Capitol, and then again from Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge. Looking at a little bit more of a backup heading down towards the KK River. Westbound 94, heavy out of the Marquette all the way through to Mitchell Boulevard. And eastbound 94, we're seeing backups through the Barker Road area to Brookfield Road, and then back on the brakes from 76th Street through the Stadium Interchange. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 43. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, a high of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
After every single green and gold game,
You can say it doesn't matter, but that's not being fair.
there's only one place to go for instant reaction.
Once, since they won the Super Bowl in 2010, one season, have they done better than 10th in points given up.
And to give yours on the Boda Box Wine Line. Tune into Green Bay Game Night with Homer after every green and gold game. Right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Gabe Neitzel here. I know you've already heard me talking about how Mentality has helped me over the years, but there are others like me. Jason has been using Mentality for a while now and is loving the results.
I have gotten a handful of friends, probably a couple dozen, especially those that are closer to my age, maybe even a little bit older, because I just tell them, you got to check this out. Do not wait any longer. Just go and admit it. Yep, you're at an age where things are slowing down. I promise you're not going to regret it, and that's truly what I get. I'll get a phone call after, like, man, I feel like a kid at Chuck E. Cheese right now.
Learn more today at LowTUSA.com.
Do you remember that electric moment when you suddenly realized that she was the one?
The one you were going to love forever.
The one you'd been waiting your whole life to meet.
She is the one.
The one.
Now it's time to find the one engagement ring that sparkles like she does.
Come to Kessler's Diamonds. We have a collection of incredibly special diamond engagement rings called the One Collection.
You need one special engagement ring for the one woman you will ever love.
Kessler's Diamonds is the one jewelry store where you can find the One Collection.
And Kessler's is the one store that offers the world-famous, no excuses, no fine print, lifetime warranty on every diamond engagement ring we sell.
We have the freedom to do this for you because Kessler's Diamonds is the one diamond store owned by its employees.
The One Collection starts at just $550.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, it's Gary Ellison here for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape? Or maybe you want to impress a client? Get a little slice of summer on the links with Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, a top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play legendary courses. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's simulators, entertainment, and best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer all year round. With bays at just $35 an hour, Mondays through Thursdays. That summer feel is easily back in your life. Book your bay at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. If you're looking for a truly unique luxury SUV, look no further than the new Range Rover Sport at Land Rover Waukesha.
The new Range Rover Sport SUV provides power, performance, sporting luxury, and all the latest technology and connectivity you want, plus the most luxurious ride.
And now is a great time to get an offer like this.
Get 3.9% special APR financing for up to 48 months on a new 2024 Range Rover Sport at Land Rover Waukesha. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. When the evening falls and I'm left.
Oh, buddy, as I get ready for this game, I'm thinking about all those injuries out there. Not just on the field on Sunday, but those injuries of you people listening. Your knees, your hips, your shoulders, your back. You're experiencing joint pain. I'm here to tell you, you don't have to experience it any longer. QC Kinetics, that is the destination. If you finally want to get rid of that joint pain that you're experiencing for the long term, I mean, don't just take it from me or the tens of thousands of satisfied patients. My neighbor, she had debilitating back pain for 19 years. 19 years of back pain. She went to QC Kinetics, personalized plan to get her right, and what do you know? Pain-free and something of a miracle. So you should be like her and take advantage of the regenerative cellular treatments that QC Kinetics is spearheading and use things like platelets, plasma, stem cells, things that I saw with my own two eyes that said, okay, this is what QC Kinetics is known for. This is how they're going to get you your life back. QC Kinetics gives you a free consultation to put you on track for a personalized plan to pain-free life. Give them a call today at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman here with you, KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. Very happy to have Kyle Wallace back with us. We missed you. But you have big news to share with everybody. Baby girl did it.
Oh, I was about to say big news. And he said baby girl. I said, well, pregnant. What? Marriage, what?
That's what you went to?
Oh, well, I was trying to figure out what he knew I didn't.
Well, you said she made it through the weekend.
She sure did. When you guys were gone last week.
She had a new piece of jewelry or no?
Actually, I did buy her some earrings out there. In
My
Mexico.
fiance did ask, "Where's Kyle, and is he getting engaged?"
My girlfriend also asked me that question.
Wow. Is there something
Did Lexi ask you?
No.
He was gone. To be very respectful to both of y'all, beautiful, beautiful significant others, y'all better mind your own damn business. Y'all better keep it in the Strove household, keep it in the Brust household. Whatever y'all thinking, keep it in there. No, we did not get engaged. It's tacky to get engaged at somebody else's wedding.
I didn't know. We didn't know.
Yeah,
You're very secretive.
My cousin's wedding.
You literally didn't tell us where you were going.
I said I was going to my cousin's wedding weeks ago. And then I kind of didn't want to say it as we were getting closer on air. But it was a family trip, and baby girl survived. She did. I talked to Strofe about this last week, and my family, I love them. I love them dearly. I love my immediate family here, and I love my extended family as well from all across.
Love my family.
But I was a little concerned because, you around people so long, they can act out. You know what I'm saying? You can fake it for a little bit, but when you're around people for 5 days, you know how parents can be and siblings can be, and I was nervous. And the takeaway my baby girl had was, because I told her, I said, this is going to happen. This is going to happen when we get in the car. We're going to get there. They ain't going to be ready. There's going to be this, and this. Just wait on it. My mom's going to yell my dad's name. She's going to be sitting in the car talking to you. Then she's going to leave the car and go in the house and yell my dad's name and ask, is he ready? He's going to say, yeah, I'm coming. That's exactly what happened. I said, my brother's going to be doing his thing, and, he going to be late too. And, boom, 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 boom. And so she basically, her takeaway was this. She said, now I now understand why you are so controlling. Because you got to be able.
What?
You have to.
Thank you, Scro.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
No, she did.
That was the takeaway.
She understands why I am who I am.
You should have said that one.
I don't know. She maybe
it's an interesting
child
adjective.
controller.
She probably didn't say controlling, but she said,
why do you always step all over yourself?
No, I
you
like
word vomit.
I like things a certain way. Like I when we show up, if I say we need to be here at a certain time, like I hate waiting. There were times like the airport, because my parents, I love them, but they're both almost 70, and my dad's wandering around the Mexico airport. I'm like, Dad, where are you going? What do you? He's literally my dad. You get off the plane. What's the first thing you do when you get off the plane? You get the bag off the little tarmac. What is it called?
Yeah, the carousel.
You get the bag off the carousel. Do you A, grab your bag and then go look for how you can get out of here, or do you B, grab your bag and you start going through it? He just opened up his bag and going through it inside Mexico. And my bag.
That's not. Wait, this is crazy.
That's
what?
Why?
You can't do that
because he had taken.
What do you need?
His bag was overweight. That's another thing. It's a 50-pound limit, don't you? Why are we showing up to the airport with the bag being 4 pounds over, 7 pounds over? So she realized why I get so easily annoyed, and I just detached myself. I just said, Mama, give me something that's gonna take away the weight. My dad giving stuff to my brother. And you think they would learn? On the way back, 57 pounds. How did my bag get heavier? I don't know. Dad, why
did you call him by his first name?
I almost did. Why do you have cervezas and soda in your bag? Like, bro, like you can get a Corona in America. Like, you don't need to have that.
I want to travel with you guys.
This is amazing.
You guys need a reality show.
Yes, I'm thinking.
My girl was sitting there. She got to the point where she just said, she can tell that I was detaching myself. My brother was the one who was frustrated. He's like, y'all just be quiet, just follow us. And so I just was sitting there, and I'm just like,
I just love the idea of your dad getting off the plane and just wandering.
That's the age.
Going around.
He was, where is he at? My mom said, where is he at? And he's over there going through his bag, trying to get.
This doesn't sound real.
My brother,
I know,
because you get when you land,
like a sitcom.
When you land in Mexico, they go through your bag to check what you have, and so he's going through his bag before that. He's all lost, and then we tell him, hey, if you brought any cigarettes, they may take those. My cigarettes. And so I just said, let me walk away. And then so finally he gets through, and everybody else has already gone through because remember, we stay together. He done wandered off, getting lost, can't read Spanish. I don't know where the hell he going. And so he's the last one to get the check. And so I walked out of the gate, and you can't go back. And then so finally my mom and my brother were like, he's on his own. We told him go this way. So then, we're all waiting, and I get impatient. I waited 10 minutes. So it was 10 minutes.
Real quick, you know how you call me special?
No, listen, he's old.
Is your dad special?
He's old. This is what I'm
old
talking
and stubborn, kind of. Like, that's that age.
My dad is old and he's stubborn and he don't listen to anything. And I'm realizing that, like, how when you're a kid you have grandparents and your parents are like helping your grandparents and you're like, you just see them. I'm now the person directing and helping my parents, and so my dad's like walking out. He get a little lost and confused. I'm like, this way, come on. And so he start coming, but you can't rush him because, like, he a grown man. If you talk to him a certain way, he be like, listen.
This way.
Listen, you wouldn't be here without me. So, like, so she basically saw the family.
Is this good therapy for you?
Oh, it was fantastic. The trip was great. It turned out
right now.
great therapy.
This feels is what she was in store for. Were you nervous to take her?
Because
I would have broke up with you. I would have broke up with you.
I was nervous is because I tried to prepare her for the nonsense. Like, I told my family is great. My parents are great, but I tried to I just told her there's some stupid things you're going to see, and you just got to understand they old. And I said, I'm going to be patient. And so she realized that if you don't take control, you be wandering around Mexico too. So you gotta dictate and control people. Man, it was a whole thing. Leaving out of Mexico. That was a whole word. I'm telling you. And final thing I'll say about this, because me and my girl, we ended up just leaving my parents behind because we had TSA pre-check, and we're like, you know what, we'll meet y'all. And my brother, he took care of it. And as we're walking through security, it took them 15 minutes to get through security. Why? It's because my mom's sitting here chugging the damn soda because she didn't want to get rid of it. I'm like, come on, mama, this ain't your first time having Coca-Cola, vanilla Coca-Cola Zero. Like, come on. And so that's why I am who I am today. I'm telling you, it was entertaining, it was fun, and she survived, and she now understands me more, and I think she loves me more.
I think that was the biggest step in your relationship ever.
Oh, yeah.
It was
definitely. Definitely.
Oh,
she's the real MVP. I mean, my goodness.
Would 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-3776. If you traveled with Kyle's parents, would you still date him? Because I sure as hell wouldn't. I've been like hell with this.
Seems like the trip was nice otherwise.
Yeah, I can put up with like small nuances like that if it was otherwise lovely.
Bro, he's going through his bag at the carousel.
You just need to patience is a muscle that only grows when worked. So she's just working on her patience muscle.
Yeah,
and you must be extremely patient.
She is non-confrontational, and so when she sees things that are odd, she's like, I got to get away from this. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, let's just solve this issue. So yeah, it was great. She got to meet my cousin's in-laws, who were interesting, very interesting folks. So it was good. I love her.
Well, thank you, Kyle, for taking us through. I mean, like, I don't know about you guys, but I was putting myself at the airport, visualizing all of those things. I could feel it happening. I feel like I was on the trip with you.
Kyle, real quick, I have one more follow-up question.
Yeah.
Last week you told me that you denied being a groomsman in this wedding.
Yeah.
Do you regret that decision?
No. The groom, he embraced me and my brother very differently at the opening night. He embraced me and shook my hand, and then my brother came late, as he always does. He came, and he said, thanks for stepping up before the wedding, and gave him a big old hug.
Wow.
I said, I may not be emceeing this wedding. You keep talking crazy, but I emceed. It was fine. It was cool. He was fine. Yeah, he was acting a little spicy. Like,
wait, you emceed?
Yeah, I did. They all said I did a great job.
So what does that mean?
Now coming,
yeah.
Yeah, the wedding party. Yeah, I did all that.
You sound like a strip club announcer.
I probably sound like a strip club announcer.
Next on the list, we have...
Coming to the stage. No, it was good. All the people who I didn't know were like, man, what do you do? You're like a natural at this. And then, of course, my lover was like, he made do a little radio.
2 to 5, KBN.
They downloaded, and they might be listening. They downloaded the app.
I hope the groom's not listening.
More next.
Cool.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
That is completely unacceptable. It is unacceptable for a team to
unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Is acceptable? Unacceptable?
Unacceptable.
Unaccessible. Wait.
What?
Wait. My mind is
unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
What did I say?
Unacceptable.
My mouth and brain
unacceptable.
Are like not
unacceptable.
Right,
what did I say?
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Looks like things are backing up a bit more. We've got, first of all, an accident on 894 eastbound, right about at the end of the 76th Street on-ramp. Luckily, that one's out of traffic, but we do have delays stretching all the way back through the Hale onto 894 southbound. Looks like from about Oklahoma Avenue on down. We've also got an accident on southbound 43, right about at North Avenue. That one's off on the right shoulder as well. Delays continue past that, all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge, all the way down to the KK River. Also, take that back a step. We do have some more delays from Hampton Avenue down to Capitol Drive on southbound 43. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, mostly cloudy skies, a low of 43. Tomorrow, partly to mostly cloudy, a high of 53. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loziga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from ESPN Wisconsin's Kyle Brust and Nortman. I love this time of year. Playoff baseball, the start of hoop season, and of course, football. I'm all about watching the action on the gridiron with a carbless in my hand. Premium, ready-to-drink cocktails with no malt, no carbs, and no sugar. Vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, black raspberry, and lemon lime, and classic cocktail flavors like Paloma or Margarita. Find Carbless at your local grocer and enjoy game day. Carbless. Less is more.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this fall? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
The bye week is over for the Packers, who take on the struggling Chicago Bears at Soldier Field this Sunday, looking to hopefully get their defensive line to start to play the way they hoped it will. And with just 22 sacks so far through 9 games this season, GM Brian Gutekunst is ready to see them improve.
Yeah, I think they've done a nice job so far, and I think those guys got to continue to kind of work within the scheme and what we're doing. So I expect a lot of those guys in the second half of the season. I think they'll continue to improve. And
it's the Packers and Bears from Soldier Field on Sunday at noon.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff. We like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated and uncompromising. Like an award-winning men's grooming experience from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Open 7 days a week, even Sundays. Walk in anytime, and before you know it, our talented stylist will bring you back to a simpler time. A time when you were handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Avenue, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Swing into action to experience Sweetgrass and Sage Run in 2025. The Island Resort and Casino's stay and play packages are a hole-in-one. By blending award-winning golf with exceptional amenities, we've become the premier resort destination in the Midwest. But don't wait. These popular packages fill up fast. To book your 2025 golf getaway and secure your spot on the green, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I don't give a damn what he know. Like, this dude walked out on him. Like, I've been playing football for 5 years now, and I've been watching football for longer than that. And I don't think I've ever seen you supposed to be the guy, and you walking, you just walking off the field, and then you walking off the field on a rookie quarterback that you've been praising. So it's like.
That was Xavier McKinney earlier in the week, talking with Bill Huber and Packers reporters. And also, for a little context, he's referencing DJ Moore walking off in the middle of a play. And why he's referencing DJ Moore is because back in the spring on the Up and Adams podcast, he didn't really pay enough respect in Xavier McKinney's mind to the signings that the Detroit Lions and the Green Bay Packers have had on the defensive side of the football. So with that, right, I love it. I know Kyle loves it. I know Brad loves it. Strofe, I'm sure you love it. But it gets me thinking. I want to know from Kyle Wallace specifically, because you love delusional Bears fans. But what Bears did you hate?
Oh, man. You know what? To be honest, the Bears have been so trash my entire life that it's so, like, I hate the fans more than I actually hate the players. Like, to be 100% honest.
Oh, wow.
And the two players that come to mind that I did not like, I didn't like Brandon Marshall off the field personally, and I didn't like Jay Cutler. I just didn't like Jay Cutler.
I have a hard time of not understanding why Packer fans didn't love Jay Cutler.
Nah,
he throws threw so many interceptions to Packers.
He did, but I'll give him credit for this, is that he's probably – no, it's not probably.
It's not probably.
He's the best quarterback they had.
Yeah.
He's legitimately the quarterback that actually had a chance against the Green Bay Packers, that we actually had to be like, okay, it may be a game. He made the mistake, but he was actually a good quarterback. But other than that, I'm not going to hate Matt Forte. I mean, it was cute what he did. You know, he was nice little running back out of nowhere that was killing it. I liked it. Like, am I going to be mad at Brian Urlacher going on to be a Hall of Famer? Like, okay, there's a guy named Mike Brown that popped up that was annoying for a little bit when the Bears got good, but there's just not a lot of guys that hate. How do you hate somebody that sucks?
So bad.
No, yeah, for real. Like,
pity takes over at some point.
Exactly, and that's what it is. Like, I can't hate these guys. You guys have given me so much joy by being pathetic for 30 years. Why would I hate you?
Well, and the few guys that were really good, I do have like some respect for, right? You said Brian Urlacher, Peanut Tillman, teammate, awesome guy.
Cool.
Nice. Devin Hester, a guy that I want to hate as like a punter, but dude's just so good. And then I met him at like another event and he was awesome. So cool. A lot of guys that I want to hate, but I just can't do it. Two guys that come to mind for me though. Brandon Marshall. Easily hateable when it comes to the Bears. How about Martellus Bennett?
Oh, yeah.
I know he played for the Packers for a minute, too, but when he played for the Bears, he was just so unlikable.
I like that one, because even when he played for the Packers, you're like, ugh. It didn't work out. It didn't work out, and you didn't really like him. You didn't like him. But yeah, Martellus Bennett had a little
Beads in Milwaukee, 800-990-3776. Which Chicago Bear did you hate the most?
I didn't mind Cutler because he did throw a lot of picks. I guess maybe it was more the name, and he was decent at times, but Sexy Rexy.
Sexy Rex?
Rex Ryan?
Rex Grossman.
Oh, Rex Grossman.
Rex Ryan was not with the Bears.
Well, I guess his dad was that D coordinator, right, for the 85 Bears.
Well, yeah, but, I mean, and also, Rex Grossman is so forgettable.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't have.
Didn't he bring them to the Super Bowl?
I think didn't he get injured that year
him or Orton?
Something like
it was
that?
Him or Orton?
It might have been shared, but he played in it.
To really dislike somebody,
it was shared, but I think it was Rex.
To really dislike somebody, they've got to be good, but then also like do things to get your blood pumping, right? Because I think of like Randy Moss when he did like the
moon.
the fake moon.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Like, but something like that. But like, the Bears they're not good enough to do that.
Like when Zach from Thiensville chimes in. Shout out Thiensville. I mean, you've said, am I not allowed to say? Why are you being weird?
No, shout out Thiensville.
All right, cool. Am I not allowed to say this, Kyle?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He said never mind. I'll just keep going. Why are you being weird? Can't hate Jay Cutler. Look up the website Smokin' Jay Cutler and enjoy the laughs.
Smokin' Jay Cutler.
That's one where I'm scared to type in the web browser.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to be on the other side of that URL.
Smokin' Jay Cutler. I feel like I've been there before.
All right. What is it?
Isn't it just him smoking?
Is it going to get
No, don't do computer now. I feel like
take off the Wi-Fi on the phone.
The only thing I know is that was his nickname. I do not know the website.
Well,
hold on. Intern Will back here is a Bears fan.
Yeah, there you go.
You're a Bears fan, Will?
That's brutal.
I can't hate Jay Cutler because he is just so freaking funny. And he just threw too many interceptions. And
tantrums were really funny.
Intern Will has speculated that the website is about Jay Cutler's ex-wife, Kristen Cavallari, who was a model.
Oh,
good-looking lady. She was in the league. Have you ever seen?
Why'd you just put your phone down?
No, I'm not gonna look that up.
You saw it.
No, I didn't see anything, but I don't want to be looking at that right now at work.
Right now, keywords.
Right.
Or that ever. I don't need to see her ever.
Strophy,
even though she's going through a phase in her life.
What's that?
What's her
Young
face?
boys.
Yeah, she's being a garden tool.
That's young boys.
Oh, wow.
She said it. I'm just repeating what she said.
Is that allowed? I didn't even hear what he said.
I said garden tool.
She self-called herself a garden tool?
Yeah, she's expressing
I don't know what that
herself and
means.
living
Is
her
that
life.
okay? Can we say
We
that?
could say garden tool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
You don't know. Oh, so you're not a yard guy. You're not a hands guy.
God.
I just said it in his ear. He's got it now.
Oh. I got it. Thank you very much. And let's give away some.
Did you not know that was a garden tool?
We have the Grizzlies and the Pelicans left here for this. Golly gee. This year during the NBA in-season tournament, which the Bucks are doing. They're doing really well, those Bucks in the in-season tournament. How about that? They've won 2 games, and Giannis put up 50 freaking 8?
59.
59? Gosh, it would have been nice to get a 60 burger.
Yeah, it's probably not good that he's doing.
No, I mean, Dame was out, so you got to do something. They're already calling. I haven't even read the contest. This year, in the NBA in-season tournament, ESPN Milwaukee is putting the Bucks tickets on the line. All week, tune into ESPN Milwaukee to be entered into the Emirates NBA Cup Bracket Challenge. Right now, caller number... You want to chime in here?
Kyle, what's your favorite number?
4, but that's too low.
Brad, what's your favorite number?
8?
4 plus 8 is 12.
There you go.
Caller number
Roger.
12. To the ESPN Milwaukee Talking Text line, you get your pick at one of the teams in our groupings, and that is the Grizzlies or the Pelicans left. And if you follow that team along the way of the NBA Cup, if your team wins, you will win 2 Bucks tickets. So unforgettable moments all the time at bucks.com/tickets. But call the ESPN Milwaukee Talking Text line 800-990-3776. Again, 800-990-3776, and you'll have a pick of the Grizzlies and Pelicans for your chance to win some Bucks tickets. Brian Balaga joins us next here.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Can you try it again?
Worcestershire. It's getting Worcestershire every time I say it.
Shire.
Worcestershire. How you try and say
Why
it?
would they name something so complicated?
Exactly. You
If they're
try and say
get
it.
a
It's
touch on
WORCESTER Shire. Worcestershire.
All right, as we're looking that up, 2 more questions.
Worcestershire.
Yeah, no.
Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
It feels like it should end at Worcestershire.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. On this show, it's always football season.
And your argument was that the coaches wanted him to return it.
Yeah, I think
and he very clearly said no.
They wanted him to take it to the house.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Play the results, are we?
That's what coaches do sometimes, yeah.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Thanksgiving is almost here. What are you bringing to the table? Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Pairing the right wine with your Thanksgiving dinner can turn your meal into a celebration. But you don't have to be an expert to find the right wine. That's what our knowledgeable staff is here for. With over 8,000 varieties of wine, Discount Liquor can help you choose between a light, fruity Pinot Grigio, a big, luscious Cabernet, or anything in between, all at the lowest prices in town. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Voted best liquor store again!
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com. And from our family to yours, have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
Discount liquor.
It's time for the Ortho ASAP Minute from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
I'm here with Dr. Sam Steiner. How much do you enjoy being able to help someone through really the entire process of coming back from an injury?
I mean, I think it's something very special. It's something I look forward to every day, being able to wake up, see people from the time they're injured, and then take them all the way through the process of explaining what they've had done, taking care of them, in some cases operating on them, and then afterwards being able to see the recovery and see them get back to where they want to be.
It seems to me that there is a strong connection between patient and doctor here. Why is that?
Many of us grew up in the area. We went to high schools that we now take care of. I think it's really unique and special that we can take care of people we went to school with, their families, friends of our parents at our facility. It holds you accountable. They can literally say, hey, if you don't do a good job, I'm going to tell your mom. We really have something very special and unique here at OAW.
The Ortho ASAP Minute is sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference.
Brighten up your home, workplace, or event with flowers and trust Welke's Milwaukee Florist to be your local florist. Welke's is family-owned and has delivered beauty for customers and businesses for well over 100 years. Join Welke's Flower subscription so your home is always fresh, or discover the benefits of creating a corporate account and leave the work to them. Welke's Milwaukee Florist has locations in Elm Grove and at 56th and North in Milwaukee. Go to welkes.com, that's WELKES.com for more info and to place an order.
Football fans, get ready to elevate your game day experience. Milwaukee Broadhouse downtown has the ultimate package for stress-free fun this football season. With rides starting at $85 per person, hop on the round-trip buses from Milwaukee Broadhouse downtown for every green and gold home game. Enjoy all you can drink on the ride and a private restroom. Want even more? Upgrade your ticket and add on an all-you-can-eat and drink tailgate package for an additional $30. Spots are filling up fast. Book today at MilwaukeeBroadhouse.com. Milwaukee Broadhouse, located on MLK Drive downtown.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I've got some famous friends you probably never heard of, but back in Rutherford County,
Join us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, leading into the Homer Hour from 5 to 6. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, all together with Alex Strofe running the show. I like when Homer does this. If you have any questions for Brian Balaga, make sure you text us in at 800-990-3776. But Brian, welcome into KBN.
How we doing?
Doing pretty good. I want to know from you, which Bears player you respected playing against the most and which one you hated playing the most?
Oh, I mean, fortunately for me, I got to play against a lot of good ones. I always, obviously, I got to play with him in Green Bay too, but Julius Peppers was one I always hated going against because of how difficult of a matchup he was. He was very difficult to block. He did a lot of things really, really well, and that's tough to block down after down. And I think someone that I respected a lot because he played a really long time and at a really high level was Lance Briggs at linebacker. Guy was an absolute stud. He was a hammerhead in the middle. He's the linebacker that did all the dirty work, and Urlacher cleaned up over the top. He was the scrape backer, and Briggs was the fill backer, and he did it really well.
Brian, I have a theory that Jordan Love's play in the first part of the year is partially due to the fact that he's feeling a new sense of pressure and expectation because of the contract he just signed. To maybe where he's pressing too much. He's trying to do too much to go out there and earn it because he feels more pressure. I know for the second contract I signed, that was the most nervous I ever felt because I felt like I had to do more to go earn that contract. Do you think that's true with Jordan Love? And did you feel, you got drafted in the first round, so I don't know if that pressure came early, but whether it be a first-round draft pick or signing a second contract, did you feel more pressure the season after those happened compared to your other seasons?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think there's some of that in play for sure. I know when I signed my new deal in 2015, I felt I had to live up to the expectations and that the team re-signed me for more money than I originally got, and I needed to live up to that. So I'm sure there's a little bit of that going on for him right now, and there's a lot of pressure when you get paid that much money. I don't know what that feels like. Obviously, I don't know what that type of pressure feels like, but, when you're the leader of a franchise and you're taking over for, a Hall of Fame quarterback, I mean, there's a lot that's on your shoulders. So I'm sure he's feeling a little bit of that, and I think there's also a little bit of feeling that, hey, man, I got the keys to the car now. This is my thing. I'm gonna. It was last year, but also, obviously he was under the tutelage of LaFleur a little bit more. I think this year, it's his car and he's driving it. And, there's been some mistakes. I think we can all agree on that, but I think he's going to clean it up and he's going to shore it up. But there's always that pressure, but I think he'll get through that and he'll be fine.
Now, the Bears are clearly down in the dumps right now, and they got a brand new offensive coordinator who I'm sure is going to have the same fate that their previous two offensive coordinators had. But looking at this Packers game, how do the Packers make sure that they don't fall for any traps of what's going on with the drama down there in Chicago and really stay locked in and focused to win this game on Sunday?
Yeah, you just have, as a player, you just got to assume that you're going to get their best game. And then you just got to, go into this thing thinking, hey, we've seen what they've done on film. We understand what's happened the last week or two, but that's not what's happening this week. We're expecting this to be a Chicago Bear team that, hey, maybe, look at their energy when they came out in week 1 and week 2. This was high energy and things like that. You got to just assume they're going to give you their best shot. And what I would do, obviously not what I would do, but what we would have done as a team is kind of get that collective thought that let's get up on these guys as early as possible. 14-0, 17-0 by half, and really put this thing to bed and make sure the second half is just a exercise at that point.
Brian Balaga joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman before the Homer Hour. And Brian, Kyle has really high expectations for Jordan Love in this second half of the season. He wants to see a replica almost of what Jordan Love did in the second half of the season last year. I think that's completely unfair. What are your expectations here?
Completely unfair. I don't know. Listen, he's done a lot of good things in this first half, but then we've seen some things that, very uncharacteristic. I just would like to see half of what he's done wrong, in the first half cleaned up, right? I think if he cleans half of that up, I'm totally good with that. And he can, keeps the same good that he's been doing, because I don't think that's going to slow down. I think that's who he is as a player. He's super consistent when it comes to, throwing touchdowns and moving the team up and down the field. I think that's going to be him. That's what we're always going to see. Just cleaning up those mistakes and kind of checking himself from time to time. And I think he's going to do that. So I expect a much cleaner performances from him going forward. I think we've seen him do it. He knows he can do it. It's just a matter of kind of reining yourself in when the time calls for it.
No, I hear you, Brian, and that was a intelligent answer. But I just feel sometimes that we're afraid to set a high bar for Jordan Love. And my whole thing is I'm not setting an unrealistic high bar for him because I've seen him do it, right? And I don't need him to do the exact same thing, but that high level of play, how he rolls his game and how that rolls the team up, that's what I expect from this Green Bay Packers team in the second half. Is that what you can expect as well? I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with expecting, the team to play at that type of level. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And to be honest, they've added more pieces, especially defensively, that I think that they could play a little bit better, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So I don't think it's unrealistic, but, there's a lot of things that need to be cleaned up on both sides of the ball to hit those levels. Listen, I don't think that Jordan can't get to that. I think he can. I really do. Like you said, he's already done it once. Fairly certain he can play at that level again, and hey, so do the Packers. They gave him all that money for a reason. He's shown he can do it. I know he can do it again.
Brian, there's no excuse for the pass rush for the Packers this weekend, right? Like the Bears O-line is that bad as you watch them?
I have. Yeah.
Do you have to look away from the screen every once in a while?
I watched that game last week, and that was a combination of things. The offensive line, they're beat up. I don't know if their two tackles are going to play again. I haven't seen the injury report from their standpoint, but they're missing both their starting tackles. I think they're missing a starting guard this week. I think I saw they're really, really thin up front. So this would be a week that I fully expect them to take advantage of it. And then the second part of that is if our secondary does a good job within the first 2.5, 3 seconds in coverage, you're going to get coverage sacks because that line's not going to be able to hold up.
Don't tell me. You got me all jazzed up now. Now I expect Sack City on Sunday. Be dancing every time, dropping back there we go, Rashawn. There we go, Lucas. Okay, Clint Candy Clark, I see you.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm expecting because, we all know we need this in the second half of the season. This front four needs to step up. They need to realize that these four up front, especially now that Preston's gone and they're expecting bigger roles from different guys, They need to make this thing go, especially if they want to go deep in the playoffs. You need to be able to rush with 4 because you need as many in coverage as you can get. So these guys need to start stepping up, starting Sunday.
Brian Balaga joining us here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman before the Homer Hour. And Brian, look, I love that Xavier McKinney has this edge to him as we hear him talk about DJ Moore really not paying respect to him in the spring. You could read between the lines if he is overreacting or not, but I love that he's reacting and he's like getting juiced up when they're 10-0 under Matt LaFleur. Did you have to do this ever? I mean, I guess the Bears were a little bit better, but like when you consistently beat up on a team, does guys make stuff up in their head, even if this is slightly true, to sort of motivate them so they don't put their guard down in a game like this?
I mean, maybe some guys do. I never did. I mean, to be honest, like I went into every game with the thought in my head that every guy is trying to embarrass me to sack Aaron Rodgers, and that was my motivation, right? Like every DN wants to hit Aaron so hard that they knock him out of the game. That's going to make ESPN highlight film, or it's going to be their play of the year. So that was my motivation every time I took the field, no matter what the opponent was. That I don't want to be someone's highlight tape. And when you're blocking for a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, that's what every defensive end is looking forward to, is sacking a guy like that. So that was my motivation enough.
Did you ever yell at somebody and say, "Not bleeping today, not bleeping today. You're not getting to my quarterback"? You ever say that on the field, Brian?
Might have been a little bit of talk from time to time. I wasn't a big talker, but from time to time.
Give me I'm telling you, I'm ready for Sunday.
Put the pads on, Kyle.
No, I don't want that.
I want to live.
Yeah. Brian, we'll be listening to you. Thank you.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Coming up next, Brian Balaga on the Homer Hour from 5 to 6. Homer's traveling. That's what's happening. Next!
Grounded.